There we go. I don't know why.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know why.
There you go.
You're
Hello.
server
Hi.
muted.
Server muted. Why?
I don't know.
I blame Nori. I blame Nori. It's not Nori's fault, but I blame Nori.
Welcome, Tsu.
Hi, how are you guys? We just lost a game of RTA with 30 seconds to maintenance, which feels bad because you can't get the salty run back.
Hey, if you want your cam up, I can pull it up.
Yeah, sure, if you want, even though I look like trash, but I was just on the stream, so it's fine. Let me see, can I... Let me see, let's see, does this work? It's been a hot minute since I've used this. Let's see. Okay, it has me as that. There? Okay, it's like... It's mirrored, but whatever, you get the point.
Yeah, give me a second, I gotta...
I'll let you frame my bed head and my, like,
oh my God.
5 o'clock shadow.
What the hell is that? Okay, sure. Why not?
What? What, Haruhi? You don't like the Haruhi in the background? Also, throw up your screen share so I can actually see what chat sees, because right now I can't see spit.
Hang on. Calm your tits.
I can't, dude. Whenever someone says that, I think of that meme where it's just like, someone says, calm your tits, and the girl's just like, no, and they just wobble everywhere. They like go berserk, and I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what I imagine in my head now.
I'm not sure what you mean. Can you like demonstrate?
No, I can't demonstrate. I lack the appendages. I'm sure Luna could. Luna can do anything.
Sorry for the cough. Still recovering.
Oh, I'm also recovering.
Hello, Tsu and friends.
It's dude, Craig, you're too nice to me. Craig's like, ain't no way. Oh, dude, Mercedes could absolutely as well. I never asked Luna to calm her tits. Yeah, that's true. They're the source of her power. Her mana tanks, if you will.
So, mana tanks. Did you yell at me for calling the mana tank? No. Somebody else griped at me for calling them mana tanks.
Why would I get mad at you? I'm the person that started calling them mana tanks.
Everyone
like, I hypothesized this years ago that I noticed that almost every large-chested individual in E7 is either one, a dragon, so therefore has amazing back muscles, or is a mage that can float, so they don't have to worry about the weight on their back.
Dude,
so I was like, huh, must be mana. That's where they store their mana. That's why they can float.
Did you catch the size of Luna? Like the IRL size of Luna?
Yeah, so we in ATK were talking about this.
Yeah, I pulled it out to ATK. Let me pull it up for chat in case they've missed it here.
So in case you guys don't know, the Astrum design New Moon Luna statue is 12.5 inches tall. I forget how many centimeters that is for those of you guys who use metric. But it's a 1/7 scale, which would basically make Luna like a WNBA player.
So here you go, guys.
She is very, very tall.
Like 317 millimeters in height, 31.7 centimeters. It's a 1/7 scale. So that is
yeah.
That's 221 almost 222 centimeters tall.
Yeah, she's gigantic.
222 centimeters.
Yeah, she's like Shaquille O'Neal. But the point is, for those of you guys, if Luna is your wife,
she's 7'3".
All I'm gonna say is you need a stool.
Now wait. Let's be fair. She's 7'3", but that says including the base.
Yeah.
So we got to deduct. Yeah, we maybe deduct. Like, what's that? That looks like it's about maybe a centimeter thick, being generous. So we're going to deduct about 6 or 7 inches from her height for this.
You mean centimeters?
6 or 7 inches. So yeah, yeah. I mean, it's still, we got to. Oh, but wait, she's also in heels. So we got to deduct a lot because we can't count the heels. We can't count the base.
Bro, even if you deduct the heels,
wait. She ain't standing up, dude.
No, she's not standing up straight. Yeah,
she's not standing up straight. We're losing a solid. Oh God,
Yeah,
we're losing.
Like I said,
she's like 7'6", 7'8", man.
Yeah, she is ginormous.
Even in flats.
Yeah, she is ginormous, guys. Like, for anyone who's always said like the size of those things isn't realistic.
You know what? Steven's right. They're including the weapon in the height.
Ah, that is true. But even then, if she was her back,
I still think we're Baka.
Yeah, I think we're 7 foot. Yeah, I think if her back was straight, she's like at shortest, she's 6.5 feet. She's probably 6'9".
No, head bug nailed it.
What?
She is 6'9".
6'9". Yeah, she's 6'9".
She's 6'9".
Damn girl, fine.
Community consensus.
Maybe
we figured it out. She's 6'9".
Get low. All right, you know what? I feel bad for that joke that I just made because
canon.
Yeah, I feel really bad for that joke that I just made because on one hand, that's a classic by Lil Jon and the East Side Boys, but I forgot recently Mark Zuckerberg did a cover of this track and just completely ruined it. So, yeah. Dude, that's what I'm saying. Like, everybody in the chat is like death by snooze, dude. That is absolutely correct. Luna, like, but my point is, most of you guys watching this, you need a stool. If you don't know what that means, like, I'm sorry, like, just use your imagination or ask a friend.
So Tsu.
I'm glad we are having the real conversations talking about Luna's height.
I love your thumbnail, by the way, from today. It was so good. I like how I went with the Olencia and Senya, and you went with the Mort.
Did you see this?
Can I feel it? Can you feel it, Mr. Krams? No, I did not. This went up just now?
Just now. Well,
oh man. All right. Well, I'm still making a video in the morning. You guys can chill for a bit. Can you feel it, Mr. Krams? I actually can't hear the audio on it, but I'll press it. Let me see if I can hear it now.
Oh, hang on. Let me Can you hear it?
I got it. West Wind. No, I don't think I hear it, but it's fine.
Let me change this for you.
I'm actually really curious, like, to hear what it sounds like. Let me see. Can I hear it? I'll play it now.
Can you feel it? Judgment's touch, carried by the west wind.
Pretty good inflection.
Dude, he straight up blew the top off that building. Did you see that shit?
Yeah.
Did you see that? Look at bam.
Damn, bro. That's
soon.
I hope you weren't working late.
Best in this city.
So yeah, Dark Ranger, 10-speed imprint, blows buildings in half.
I mean, we knew he was gonna have a speed imprint. That's like the Shuri classic.
Shuri considers ability paramount and has mechanized most of his body. His
Cyborg
pretentious and conceited personality even led him to bestow upon himself his own title.
That concept art is
Following
nice,
the
man.
implementation of a new public
really well
security
done.
policy, Shuri became...
Yeah. Bro, you had to pause it on my girl's butt?
This is my new desktop wallpaper.
Oh, just Corinne's butt?
Just Corinne's butt.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
This is Smilegate giving the people what they want. Well done, Smilegate.
I mean, they already gave me like everything I wanted this year. We got Luna figure. We have a Luna that's meta.
Sue. Shh. Okay, continue.
Corinne's meta.
Corinne's fire support partner in Special Forces Team 1. Though her direct junior, he views her as a relic of the past. While they frequently clash over conflicting values, his near-death experience at her hands has gradually improved their teamwork.
Oh, so she just beat the shit out of him. He was like, I don't like you. I'm not going to listen to you. And she's just like, whoosh.
They literally just said the beatings continued until his morale improved.
She was just like, these hands are rated E.
Westwind Executioner Shuri is a 4-star Dark Elemental Ranger.
So he's a Gemini, so he's got the best stats in the game, right?
Gemini. Gemini I think is like, if you want a balanced stat line, I think Gemini is always just good.
Yeah, nothing good, nothing bad, just all very,
Gemini
mid
is
speed, mid defense, kind of low HP,
Gemini is like a
highish attack.
Type. Yeah, Libra is the warrior version. Like Libra is supposed to be the balanced warrior type, and it fails. But Gemini, for every other zodiac symbol, is always the balanced type, and it's always good. So I don't think there are any bad Gemini Rangers. This is the 4-star stat line of like Seaside Bologna, Faithless Litica. Name any Ranger that's just not an opener. They're probably on this stat line.
He has high attack and effectiveness, and can increase his effectiveness.
A lofty judge who purges sin from the city.
Further through his imprint concentration.
So he's Judge Dredd.
Skill 2, Operation.
With a wave motion gun, yeah. So built-in 20 extra % into his passive, so that will reflect in his stats. Even though it shows 18% here, he should show 38 when you load him onto the screen, right?
Yeah, it's 48 because you get an extra.
Oh yeah, there's more. So he'll 48 base plus he's an effectiveness self imprint. So
a lot of like 70-ish.
Yeah, a lot of because everybody's gonna have triple S on him, right? Who doesn't have 10,000 sureties laying around? So yeah, you don't need any effectiveness on him, really. I mean, you don't need much effectiveness on him to like do his thing.
Operational readiness increases effectiveness by up to 30%. When attacking, cannot trigger a critical hit.
Unless shooting a building, in which case he triggers a critical hit.
Man, I'm so not looking forward to this passive.
Explosives to the ally in the back row, except for the caster.
Look who they use it with.
Explosives plants a bomb on the target for 2 turns.
That's exactly what I was thinking in my head. I was like, Silverblade. I was like, any version of Araminta or Rebellion with this seems toxic.
Yeah, it's basically Chains of Chiron for the back row, but it's always bombs.
Yay, guys. So, I might have to make a new headhunt tier list. Where I make a new headhunt tier list, right? And we just put designer Lilibet in the top, and that's it. Actually, no, we can't even put designer Lilibet at the top. She can't cleanse bombs. It's the one thing she can't get rid of. Oh, cool.
But wait, there's more.
Skill 3. Merciless Execution.
100% chance for 2 burns.
With up to a 100% chance each to inflict 2 burn effects for 2 turns. And at the end of the turn, detonates burn effects and bombs.
Are you ready for this, Sue?
Oh, okay.
You ready for this?
I'm sitting down. Guys, remember when they said Cleve was dead? Remember when
Cleve's back on the table.
Remember when everyone says literally every single new balance patch, character release, exclusive equipment, that Cleve is dead every time, and it's never been true, not once in 6 years?
Imagine how this guy would have synergized with the P-Flan buffs. But wait, I think it wasn't good enough.
Target.
How can you call it Cleve if Senya lived?
You disgust me.
Skill.
Oh, skill 1.
Overpower. Attacks the enemy
Even
and has
this.
up to a 100% chance to burn for 1 turn. When skill 3 is unavailable due to cooldown count, activates Annihilate instead.
Really?
Annihilate attacks him.
As if my man super did not need it, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was just like, that poor Senya is just done. If Shuri gets another turn.
Why? Why? You have a 100% chance to burn on S1. You have a great passive. Your
it's
S3
only 1
literally
burn.
destroy.
It's only 1 burn.
Yeah, but like, homie did not need.
Unless you have 10 souls, then it's 2 burns.
This literally, you know what this is? This is like designer Kun sitting down at his desk going, I've got a great kit, but unfortunately, I still have this leftover S2 animation from the other Shuris that I haven't used yet. What can I stick? Like, how can I just put it in the kit for no reason? That's what this move is.
So White Base is over there saying that you're complaining about Cleve when Smilegate drops Baby Senya and 10% HP ally, so Weavers are. You know what's kind of crazy? Is you can just use Baby Senya with this unit. So, yeah. Like we've said many times, if it can be used against cleave, it's a tool. If it's a weapon against cleave, it's a weapon for cleave.
Burns the enemy for 1 turn, and detonates burn effects at the end of the turn.
Oh look, Senya survived.
When 10 soul is consumed, inflicts an additional burn effect for 1 turn.
Oh look.
Where'd Senya go?
Yeah.
Extravagant things.
So remember when the kit was leaked and everybody said this kit's garbage?
A lofty judge who purchased
this
Sin
kit
from
looks
the
pretty
city.
cool.
Players will be able to meet Westwind Executioner Shuri through.
I have one huge problem with this though, Sue.
What's that?
I have one huge problem with this. I thought it was going to be Wretched Rose, so I saved all of my light elemental summons. And then they pulled a rope-a-dope on me and released a dark elemental hero. And now I'm like, but the next ML5 is probably Hua Young.
Yeah.
And I've only got 6,000 mystics and...
Oh, only 6,000.
But I'm conflicted. Yeah, but I'm 200 from pity. That barely gets me halfway there. How am I going to get Shuri and Hua Young?
Homie, this is first world problems you're having right now. I am also like, I have 0 mystics.
Yeah, but like, you always pull the new ML5s. I mean, on your alt account, but you always pull your ML5s.
All right, I was gonna say I was about to slap you. The last time I did not. The last time I did not pity an ML 5-star was on Urban Shadow Shoe. The first day Urban Shadow Shoe released is the last time I did not pity an ML 5.
So he's coming out November 28th. What happens around November 28th?
Thanksgiving.
Black Friday packs.
Those two.
You think there's going to be some Mystic packs in that shop? You think there's going to be some packs in there that give Dark Elemental summons? I bet you they are. I bet there are.
Thank you.
But yeah, check out this unit, man. It's just unethical.
Dare defy me?
Oh, there's something I want you to observe in this too. So you got the explosion buff, right?
I am the rightful ruler.
Does he miss Flan and still kill it? Get the bomb?
Really got to spoil it like that?
Yeah.
Please, don't treat me like
this isn't my first rodeo, Tristen.
Hurry up, Aloha! Hurry!
I know what
Who snitched? Who told Sue that the bomb would plant on a miss?
I'll have to warm up.
Okay. I'm just saying, like...
them all.
Let's you forget,
Wait for it. Give me your biggest surprise face, Sue. Check it out. Look, there's a bomb after a miss.
Wow.
See?
Lest I remind you that lest I remind you, I used to be paid money to try to break games. Okay, I know know when there is an axis to exploit.
So it's kind of funny, right? The 2 units everybody's been complaining about the most that like people just don't have the ability to deal with right now. Harsetti and Koi Flan. And in the same patch, we get like answers to both, right?
Yeah, sell you the solution. The classic.
I don't get it. Why choose crime?
Because watch this poor Flan.
Insects
Ain't
like
enough
you
HP in the world to survive a bomb.
Can't escape my sight.
Well, I guess maybe there's enough HP, but still, not many Flans are built with that much HP.
Mine lives. Mine lives, bro. Dude, I wish I had Senya.
Yeah, if you had Senya, you'd be able to survive all this.
I know.
The water slide is this way. I'll protect you.
I still feel like I got done dirty by Smilegate.
I'll show you what the true vessel is.
I got done so dirty by Smilegate, bro.
You did.
It's time to show you what I've got.
Hit him with the snap.
Ow.
Erase your existence.
Yeah, I don't waste my time.
I mean, did they think not enough people are using Silverblade Araminta that they did this?
I love playing Silverblade, dude. It's hard for me to use her. Now people have gotten wise to the tricks, but she's still really fun.
I'm excited for it, right? I want to see the synergies that people come up with. I mean, she's going to work with more than just Flan. I was talking about how you could use Lua with her, but Lua's S3 is a non-attack, but still, it locks her down. You know, you could use Lua to lock the enemy down, and then every unit attacks, which is going to make the unit in the back probably Silverblade or an AoE unit, maybe Wukong. attack, do an AoE attack, plant lots of bombs. You could have Summer Asaria somewhere on the team to just throw more fucking bombs and push your team up again. There's so many detonation potential that she detonates it, then Shuri plants burns and detonates the burns on top of it. There's so many really cool interactions with this.
Leon FPS asks, is this the fastest an ML5 has gotten a counter? Harsetti in parentheses. No, because we had Hellion Lilla at day -14.
I do think it's the fastest time. I do think it's the fastest that they've ever hard countered a new release ML5. I mean, she's so new, she's not even on the headhunt. But I mean, there was so many, just about every other post in the influencers Discord to Smilegate has been, Smilegate needs to do something about this. Its arena is unfun to play. If you lock in Harsetti on 3, you've got an 80% win rate. It's not fun for new players. It's not making people want to engage with the game. You got to do something about it. Just like every other post was about that. And the posts that were in between those posts were about how can any new player deal with Koi Flan? She's not available anymore. And if you don't have the right gear, you can't play against her anyway. So I think they listened. I think they really quickly adjusted to the needs of the game, the chief complaints of the game, faster than I ever would have expected. Is the new Senya limited? 100%. Alternate versions of units are always limited.
Bro, tell it to my Shadow Rose.
Oh wait, Sue. She's not an alternate version of Senya though, right?
No, she's the regular version of Senya.
No, she's not. She's not Senya at all.
Oh, right. We were talking about this earlier.
If she was Senya, then you could imprint her with Senya, right?
Damn, I knew this is where you were going.
Anybody else upset about this?
Yeah, and the thing is, like, this is probably the single Soul Weaver where imprints are worth more than any time in the past. Like, I can't think of a time where a character's imprints, or specifically a Soul Weaver's, are worth as much as Senya's are.
She's not Senya like ADS isn't Mercedes. ADS isn't Mercedes. ADS is the removed shadow of the Archdemon after its essence was stripped out of Mercedes. It's an actual Archdemon. Canonically, it's a different unit. Although we thought it was kind of shitty back then that we couldn't imprint Archdemon with our Celestial Mercedes and that kind of stuff, they actually had a canonical reason to stop it, above and beyond not wanting us to imprint a 5-star with a 4-star like with Dark Corvus. But they actually tied a reason. There's no reason. Canonically, there's not even a reason.
It's just to get you to spend more on the banner, which feels pretty bad. Like, and again, I want to emphasize, like, very rarely do you get HP, like team HP imprint for only 2 slots instead of the entire thing. So.
Atsuma, thank you for the sub, buddy. I appreciate it. But yeah,
the background. It's just a background. It's like my desktop background.
This is not okay. Not a fan of this.
Yeah,
and I'm not a fan for what it bodes in the future.
Would you prefer I changed it, chat? Is that what you want me to do? I can turn off the camera and come back really fast.
Got angry high schoolers staring at you.
Yeah,
Awaken potential web. Shut your mouth, Durstar. Don't speak evil into this world. If they're going to, quote, respond to the community of whiners, then don't make units that they're going to hype and then push big sales around. Otherwise, it kills incentive to spend.
Yep. Yeah, she can be slated. Honestly, I probably will, just because, like I said, this character, it's like 10% extra health. It's basically like having her imprinted versus not imprinted is the difference between, it's like having a plus 30 artifact and not.
Dark Shuri's release is 7 days from today. Like 6 days, 23 hours, and 30 minutes from now, Dark Shuri is released. To be exact.
Mm-hmm.
And at least Dark Shuri can be imprinted.
Yeah. Got a good imprint too. Senya comes out, I believe, on December 5th, 4th.
December 12th is when Senya comes out. We got a whole last 3 weeks. We've got.
Oh, it's a long time away.
Yeah, she's far away. We basically have all of Ancient Inheritance, and then Senya drops.
Oh man, Ancient Inheritance.
Yeah.
I'll be real with you. I know, Tristen. I like just hats off to you, salute, man, because like you tirelessly work for the community for that content. But I originally really liked the revamp for Ancient Inheritance. Now I think I would rather have the old one back. I think that the current one that we're going to be like doing another redo of the revamped one, it's just not fun. It's just not fun anymore, dude.
Here comes 78 equipment. Ancient Inheritance at least has really, really good max statted, rolls high 88 gear. Even if the gear is kind of stinky, it's always worth doing AI. Some of the best gears on our accounts come from doing Ancient Inheritance.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. If it didn't have the ridiculous gear, I would just be like, sorry guys, the dog ate my login credentials.
So you wanna go over this this 52-second 1 minute summary?
They actually did it. It's almost 1 minute.
It's almost 1 minute. They're closing in on it.
Yeah.
They rounded up. It's okay. They rounded up.
Yeah, I mean, I would rather this, but like before in the past, it was like, oh, bro, it's a 4.5 minute video. What do you mean 1 minute summary? Yeah, I think I might have like the number of people who keep asking about headhunts, man. It might be time to do a revamped headhunt video.
So I'm gonna wait on the revamped headhunt video until tomorrow, because tomorrow we should find out whether or not we get a balance adjustment announced on Friday, and that could change everything. If Friday we don't get one, then it kind of got to push an emergency one out, but that just moves it to next week, right? It's due tomorrow, because the last, that's really bright. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it is.
Look at the units got blasted out of the building.
Bro, those are the late night office workers, bro. I feel bad for them,
crap.
Dude. Their boss was like, Steve, I'm gonna need you to, stay late tonight. We gotta get those forms, filled out, man. The client's waiting for them first thing in the morning, bro.
Okay, so the last balance patch was September 27th, right? September 27th was the last patch announcement. 4 weeks later was the implementation. They are always 8 weeks apart, though they did shift it a little bit because of World Cup. But other than because of World Cup, they've been pretty good about sticking to the 8-week schedule. But we've seen them shift schedules, right? They just totally changed when Rift is going to end, so stranger things have happened. But as long as they're on schedule, we should have a balance patch announcement Friday. Now, it's just the announcement. No changes are actually going to happen, but we'll get the notes, which we got the notes on Flan, and she got changed. So be aware that if you see the notes and you go, oh my God, Operator Sigrid's going to be insane, lock her in. And then 2 days later, they change Operator Sigrid's kit. Sucks to suck. That's just the way it works. So kind of be aware of that and be careful with your selection. But if you want to wait and see what the balance patch says, it should be announced Friday.
Yeah, because there are a couple things now that I've gotten, like, 100 plus like games actually under my belt this season. Like I have opinions that have definitely shifted.
Right. Same. We can do a real quick like jank, just like top S and A tier and ignore everything else with just what we know now. But I mean, I don't want to put anything out on a video and then just like 48 hours later saying ignore all that.
Yeah, bro. With our no frame, no opinions, just like throwing that out there. Damn, dude.
Yeah, like all of us would have put Harsetti in like front and center on the S tier, and then Senya came out and changed everything. How many people were picking Ruel before her balance patch? Right? Probably no one. But once she got her patch, she became insanely important. Designer Lilibet was like B or C tier, maybe low A tier, and now she's top of A, maybe even an S tier now. So yeah, a lot of people will say, well, there's no way you don't pick up C Poly, DDR, or Taiwan. DDR struggling a little bit, losing some ground. C Poly suddenly gained ground because C Poly is a counter to small Senya.
Yeah. I was gonna say of the original top 3 that I had, and I'm pretty sure you had the same top 3. I think C Phantom is the strongest now. It was A Tywin. Now I think it's C Phantom.
I think DDR and C Phantom or C Phantom just switched places, and A Tywin's still right between them.
Yeah.
Hey, Wazley, thank you so much for the sub, buddy. I appreciate you.
50k ML Senya, nah, please don't.
You could do it. You could do it now.
Yeah, you can.
Can you feel it?
West Wind Executioner Shuri. Oh, snap.
I'm never not going to call him Westworld Shuri.
Same. I think the same thing, dude.
We got to talk about the EEs.
Yeah, we will definitely talk about those. Man, I want to see the preview skills of Journal improve. Like, I've been holding off on making how to play videos for like a hot minute now, and I'm just looking at this going like, are there actual options that I can like tweak? Because if so, like, I would love to show actual scenarios inside of training mode.
Yeah, can we choose the 3 units and do a mock AI fight with our fight? That would be really cool.
I would like that.
I'm glad they're doing something with it, because I look at games like Star Rail, when a new unit comes out and the way you get to demo it there, I mean, you get to take it into a live combat, use the skills, interact with the opponent, see some team synergy, and I know Smilegate can't go that far, but any step that's better than just pressing buttons and beating the shit out of, I mean, that's not using the unit, that's just previewing its animation. In fact, if you go into the journal and click preview animation, it's the same fucking interface.
Yeah.
So it's not really trying it out.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like, Hoyo has it kind of down. Like, Zenless is the same way. Like, you could take the character into training mode, and yeah, it's against fixed enemies, right? And you have to follow like a somewhat of a script. But like, I can at least test out my strings and my cancel points and all kinds of fun stuff. Like, there's you could glean a lot more information out of other games' training modes than here, right?
Yep. Hey, Kenor, thank you so much for the sub, buddy. I appreciate the prime. You rock.
Yeah, some characters you cannot preview all their animations.
Yeah. So are you excited? Did you finally get to pull for Kane?
Bro, there's a guy in Emperor who has actually been cleaving with Kane, and I haven't lost him yet, but it's kind of nice. Like, I'm not gonna BS, bro. I feel like this guy is speedrunning, trying to impress Divine.
That's pretty damn cool, actually. That guy's kind of my hero.
Yeah, he always puts him under ban protect, and he always like gives him a bunch of supporters. Like, it's like free. Like, he like kind of tries to free to cleave with him.
So I'm sorry, good.
No, I'm just saying it's just cool. Like, he stands out because he's the only one doing his strategy, and it's really cool.
I have a question about that, actually. Is ML Euphine in the headhunt? Yes, she is.
Mm-hmm.
So right after the game goes back up, we got a Janua banner to bait new players out of their bookmarks, right? Because just about everybody put Janua near the top of RGB tier list, so people are going to pull for him and then have to whip out their credit cards for Senya. And then we go into a double. I mean, they're not on the same banner. Their banners will be concurrent, but we're going to have Kane and Arya.
Yeah, talk about bait banners, though, bro. Like, so it's literally. It's like, all right, here's a top tier character for those of you guys who are like tryhards, and then here's a super big, muscular, jacked, shirtless husbando, and you know, the orbs. We'll just call it the orbs.
It's also like one of the strongest PvP units in the game, and probably one of, if not the strongest PvE units in the game. I mean, these are top tier listed units.
Yeah, Mana Jugs 2.0.
Right.
Who's Mana Jugs 1.0 then?
All coming. But here's something that I noticed, Sue. See, I mean, this goes to the 28th, and then Kane and Arya end on the 5th. I'm very curious what's going to fill that 5th to 12th week. It's kind of like
next week in the 1 minute patch preview that's 53 seconds instead of 52.
Guarantee you Hoochie's shop's going to be in here somewhere. So this is the next Mystic rotate. So this is who's going to be run with Dark Shuri. And for the person who's asking when ML Shuri goes live, this is when ML Shuri goes live.
Man, this banner is so tragic, dude. It's one top tier and three absolute awful characters.
Yeah, I mean, let's be real. This is a Last Rider Crow banner.
Wait, hold on.
Mm-hmm.
If we do get the balance adjustment preview,
you think Friday?
Yeah, because they have never, like in recent memory, they have always put characters that are on the balance patch on the ML rerun.
I mean, they recently buffed Kayron.
Yeah, maybe that's I think it's going to be Crow and Kayron because they got recently buffed, and I bet you Dark Corvus and Pirate Captain Flanner on the balance patch.
I bet we got on the balance patch. On the balance patch was already patched, so that's why he's here.
Honori,
and we get EEs.
That.
And we get an EE for Crow.
Bro, I would absolutely love it if Dark Corvus ignored injury.
He has to. It's the only way to bring him back.
Yeah.
Because injury hurts him so bad now that he's practically not even usable in Guild Wars anymore because so many things have injury now.
Yeah. That would be so sick, bro. You could just pick him into Harsetti and just be like, what's good?
Ignores injury or give him something that is not impacted by pen resistance on his S3. I don't know, something. He needs a little something to bring him back in. But this is giving me a lot of copium for Flan's buffs to either be reinstated, which actually I think would be horrifying for the game. Can you imagine soul burning her S1 or using her S1 with the guaranteed defense break into Flan? You double Flan team. I think everyone's like, bring Flan's buffs back. I'm like, be careful what you ask for.
Yeah. No.
But
dude, what if this is all part of the Grandmaster plan? Like, we just don't buff Pirate Captain Flan until SAG-AFTRA strike is over.
Maybe. But I'm telling you what, though, this I'm really big on reading into things, and there's a lot to read into these specific units being on this banner, the timing of when balance patches usually hit, and the synergy with the current meta.
Yeah, so, my guess is
look
Dark
for
Corvus. Yeah, I feel like it's Dark Corvus and Flan are buffed, and then the other two just recently got changed, so they want to give people an opportunity for it. Unfortunately, this means, of course,
buff, EE. An EE might be enough to take him where he needs to be.
That could actually be, it could actually be Twisted Idol on Kayron exclusive equipment. Yeah, that might be,
Buffs in the blue column, EEs in the gold column.
Oh, that's actually really, they're both light.
It's light and dark, yeah. So no collab. I sent my tinfoil hat off to the shop to be cleaned and inspected. Not sure why it was off, but yeah, a collab this year is looking a little sketchy with Senya's event going right up to the end of the year.
Yeah, I think I don't think there's gonna be a collab. Yeah, if they do, they'll probably announce it like at Christmas that it's coming right after New Year's.
Yeah. Or it'll be like right over Christmas towards the end of the I don't know. Mm-hmm. Even if I did know, I couldn't tell you. But they would never break an NDA and straight up say, "Hey guys, there's going to be a One Piece collab on Thursday. Don't tell anybody." Somebody's going to tell somebody. They know it, so they never tell us.
Headbug, I would love to get a Chaos Zero Nightmare collab.
That would be so good, and that guy looks so much like Kayron. Right?
He is Kayron, bro.
Which sets it up perfectly for a collab to explain how Kayron gets into that world.
Well, I mean, Kayron's been plotting stuff in like E7 lore. What if that's like his whole thing is like, it's like he goes to Chaos Zero Nightmare and it's just like the stuff he learns from that world, he brings it back to Orbis, and it's just like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh man, words cannot express how much I want to try Chaos Zero Nightmare.
So for those of you who want to pull for Last Rider Crow and want to pull for Shuri, but are right up against Pity and you don't want to screw up your Pity pull for, say, let's just pretend that ML Hua-Young is next. We don't know, but we're just pretending she's next, right? You don't want to screw up your pulls for ML Hua-Young. You're like maybe 10 away from Pity, and you don't want to accidentally pull Crow fishing for Shuri. Switch to the 4-star summon. You still have the same chance to pull Crow on the banner as you do if you've locked in the 5-star summon. Whichever one you lock in is just determining which pity counter is being used. It's the same rates. You have the same chance to pull a 5-star and the same chance to pull a 4-star, regardless of how you set that toggle. But one of them is impacting the... So if you set it to the 4-star toggle and you pull Crow, your pity will still be 10 from pity. You will not reset your 5-star pity. Just like when you were pulling for Lua and you got your 15th freaking Troublemaker Crozet, you'll notice your 4-star pity didn't change because you had it set to the 5-star banner. So if you are jonesing for Crow, or if they buff Flan to the moons, or you want Flan with the with her new skin for the RTA, if that's your jam and you really want Flan to be on your team for the skin, you can set the count. You can set the pity counter to one or the other to protect your pity. It doesn't protect your bookmarks, but it protects your pity.
Atsa is asking, do we think that if Kayron was a warrior with a actual useful Zodiac stat line, would that make him more like a more useful unit? Probably. There are a lot of characters that, because of their class and Zodiac sign, it's not doing them any favors. I can't promise you that the character would be like meta, but him being, Scorpio Thief is one of the worst things he could possibly be. Like, if he was like Empyrean Illinav's Zodiac sign, if he was like, what is that, Capricorn Knight, like he would just be snapped, or at least very close to it.
So pulling the other ML5, ML4 doesn't reset the pity. Pulling the ML5 will not reset the ML4 pity. Pulling the ML4 will not reset the ML5 pity as long as you have the toggles set properly. Just make sure you're pulling on the correct one so that you're impacting the pity you want to impact while the other pity is masked and off the screen. It'll literally say so many pulls until guaranteed 5-star, so many pulls to guaranteed 4-star. Whatever's up on the screen is the only pity that's being impacted by your pulls.
Yep.
Would a rerun collab cost less than a new one? The expenses of collabs are usually the same, and a lot of times reruns are like, hey, the same as last time unless new assets are being put in. This is the same expense, this is the same ad expectations, this is the same promotion expectations, this is the same cut of the door, but that probably varies from collab to collab. Reruns are tricky when the initial collab was done for a specific synergistic reason, right? We look at Full Metal Alchemist, and the reason Full Metal Alchemist wanted to collab with us is because they were launching a new mobile game at that time, and they said, hey, you guys are a top 20 mobile game in the market. How about we collab with you? You get a really, really good set of heroes from a loved anime that everyone will be excited about, and you can promote our game and help push some of your players towards our game. That's why we haven't seen a Full Metal Alchemist rerun. How good's Full Metal Alchemist's mobile game doing, Sue?
I think it EOS'd already.
Yeah, it didn't do well. So Smilegate reaches out and says, hey, FMA, you want us to do a rerun collab? And FMA's like, the entire reason we collabed with you is to promote this game, and we don't have a game to promote. So now the only thing that Smilegate can do is say, well, how about we throw a shit ton of money at you? And FMA may not be interested in the shit ton of money. They thought they would make bank on a mobile game, and mobile games can make bank if they do well. So they may have just thrown a number back that Smilegate said, yeah, you know what, fam, we're good. Or just said not interested. So same thing with Espa. Espa was promoting a tour, and they were promoting their eye models, their anime look and everything. And now Espa has moved a totally different direction. They're doing some crazy liquid metal look and are doing a more modern thing. They're not really engaging their anime eye avatars or that aspect of the story of their lore anymore.
It's fine, guys. They released this new unit called Ai Amiki. You should just get her instead.
Yeah. EOS means end of service. It's basically when they turn the servers off on a game.
Yep.
Now, Guilty Gears, they were constantly promoting their game, so they always had reason to collab with us. Nier probably would collab with us if we threw money at them because...
Nope, it doesn't even need money, bro. Yoko Taro literally... You ask, it's done. Bro, it's it.
I just don't get it. I don't get it.
It's collabing right now, bro. It's collabing with Stellar Blade as we speak, bro. Like it just Why don't they ask? It's the easiest, most free, like slam dunk collab ever.
It kills me. It kills me. I guess Netmarble guy hates 2B or something.
It's collab with like 40 something mobile games at this point. It's like games you've never even heard of have collabed with Nier Automata.
Anyway, you got to ask yourself, what's the motivation for the collab? And Smilegate is pretty big on collabing with mutually beneficial collabs, right? We collab with ReZero, they're promoting Season 2. We collab with FMA, they're promoting their new gacha game. We collab with Slime, they're promoting their new gacha game. We collab with Guilty Gears, they just came out with Guilty Gear Strive. There's always some kind of advertising reason, because I suspect, and I'm not in on these meetings, but I suspect that synergistic reason drives costs down. Hey, how about instead of paying you $10 billion, we pay you $2 billion and we advertise the shit out of it for you. Top 20 mobile game, guys. And that kind of gets them involved. So collabs that just straight up will throw money at you and get a collab aren't as attractive to Smilegate because there's a much higher threshold of failure. If the collab doesn't do well, Smilegate's in the shitter for money.
Chaos Zero Nightmare is the new game. It's being developed by Super Creative. So the same people that make Epic 7, right? Same team that makes it, balances it. That's, who's making that game.
So the good thing about that is it means Smilegate kind of cares about their collabs. They put a lot more effort into collabs, into the story, into the art, into the units than a lot of other games do. But it also means we get fewer and far between collabs. But, when we get collabs, I remember some Brave Exvius collabs, and it was like there was no story, there was no lore. It's just like, hey, this unit's in the game, and yeah, it doesn't make sense, but here it is. Katy Perry, woo.
No, don't even. But
Smilegate always tries to work them into the story, work them into the lore, have interactions with the other units. They do put a lot of effort into their collabs. The negative is that is we don't get as many collabs or as often as other games, but when we do get them, they're usually well done. Even if you don't like, I'm not a huge fan of Slime, but I really enjoyed the collab. It was really, really well done.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they do.
I actually like the Slime collab also.
So yeah, we were asked, should you pull on this banner? So here's the thing.
I think if you want Last Rider Crow, yes. Otherwise, no shot.
I think even if you want Last Rider Crow, even if Friday hits and these units get buffed into the S tier, even if all that happens, you still don't pull on this banner until the second week of December.
Yeah, like from December 13th onwards, actually it's probably closer to 15th, like December 15th onwards, that's when you pull, because then you will know what character is after them, right? So if it's like ML Huayong or whatever have you, whatever the ML is after this banner, you'll be able to see it.
This is a 3-week long banner, 3 weeks, and at the 1.5 week point, they will reveal the new ML5, and by the 2-week point, people like Tsu will have dissected that unit's kit and told you how insane it's going to be, and then you can make an informed decision. You've gone your entire life without Last Rider Corral on your team. You can wait 2 more weeks.
Yeah. Honestly, though, I guess this could be a segue into, if you want to talk about Lua, but like the general trend that Epic 7 keeps going for lately is just whatever the new thing is, that's the thing you want to be pulling, because the reruns are like never must pulls like the other stuff is. It's really annoying, honestly. Especially because like a character like Last Rider Crow could show up in the coin shop if you've got Galaxy coins laying around, if you're like a veteran that's pulled a bunch of ML5s in your time playing the game. So that's other stuff to keep track of.
I already answered this for somebody, Sue, so you take this one. I'm 10 away from pity, and I don't have Lua. You think she's worth it after the buff?
Hufer. So me personally, I would wait a couple of days. Like you have 7 days, so you have, I would say wait till like Monday, Tuesday of next week, figure out how she's performing at top level from other, high-end players, right? And if it seems good, I would just go for it. Me personally, I think that the character is going to be very strong post-buff. Not like Ilanav or like ML Luna broken, but like feel like she's like right underneath like Sea Phantom Politis. I think after the changes, I think she's very strong.
You know, we said Sea Phantom Politis is like #1 on the S tier list, right?
Yes, I'm well aware of that. I think they took Lua, and they literally made her be what I thought was a solid tier 3 character. And the changes, I think, make her either like the tippy top of tier 2 or like the bottom of tier 1 after the changes.
That's kind of what I was thinking. So, yeah, I was glad to hear you echo my own words. I said the same thing. I said, on paper, yeah, she looks like a must pull. She looks every bit as broken as every other ML5 that we've had recently. She looks like she's going to run people over in PvP. Outside of RTA, her uses diminish, maybe some arena, maybe some Guild War, and absolutely nothing outside of those 3. But if you're really into competitive PvP, she looks like kind of a must-have. She looks first pickable. But
yeah,
we have been very, very wrong before. So maybe give it a few days for the buffs to happen and have the elf mages, the Valkies, the Sus, all those people get in there and start cooking with the unit. And then it'll be very, very obvious. Did these buffs go far enough or did they not go far enough? There's already people on Stove screaming that they're terrible. They don't go far enough. And I like flamed people over saying that. And maybe they're going to be right. And I'm going to be eating crow.
Yeah, it just, the thing is, what I don't think people are realizing is 3-turn cooldown on a character like that is just like, it's so much stronger than I think you're giving it credit. If you look at the history of 3-turn cooldowns on ultimates, they're pretty broken. Yeah, they're pretty broken. Like AOL is a 3-turn cooldown. Hua Yong was a 3-turn cooldown, right? Like any 3-turn ultimate is usually meta defining, assuming that it's not actually like dog water, right? Like it's not trash.
And a 3-turn cooldown on AOL on Etika Scepter is not very different than a 3-turn cooldown on Lua with Prophetic Candlestick.
Oh yeah, that's exactly. If she's on Prophetic Candlestick, right? And you have like Laya and Last Rider Crow as your other teammates. Like imagine you have like 3F Last Rider Crow, you have Laya, and then you have a really fast Lua on like Prophetic Candlestick. You can literally S3 strip them, provoke the entire team, and then go rev the bike with Crow, S2 with Laya, CR push up, and then have Lua just press S3 again. Cool, you're good to go.
Yeah. Because remember,
just
you're like, well, it's just a 3-turn cooldown, but Prophetic Candlestick takes it down to a 2-turn cooldown, and your first turn is spent because you were provoked, and now she S3s again.
Yeah, and so you basically
get to play the game.
Yeah, so like you're gonna be playing against a character that says like, "Hey, I hope you drafted 2 cleansers," and like they're probably taking Laya with it. So you have what, Hangai, Dilibet, and if you're like a newer player or somebody who hasn't been playing or doesn't have like a ton of MLs, like, do you have Designer Lilibet? Do you have Mediator Quirk? Do you have both of them right on deck? Right, because you're gonna need them. Like you can't rely on like Destina or an ER cleanser to save you, because you could just soul burn and you're screwed.
I've been hearing that one a lot, Mana. Celine's stocks up. Celine still has to kill, and Celine will be strong into her. Celine will be good into her, but sometimes Celine just isn't enough to really change the outcome of the fight.
Nah, I'd win. That's just me. I have like a 450 gear score Celine, and like people keep trying to ego me on ladder. Like Celine has like a 70% win rate because she like literally just kills anything.
When do I think ML Luna will drop into the ML shop? I think the fastest a unit's ever made it to the ML shop has been 11 months, and the longest has been 18. So
14 is the average.
Yeah,
so you can
14 is the average.
You can expect to see her in September of 2025.
Yeah. You will there will probably be a rerun banner way before she's in the ML shop. Usually, almost always. I'm sure there's some exceptions, but almost always there is a rerun of the banner before they get to the shop.
I would bet if the earliest you'll see Luna is early February.
Yeah. She'll be on a banner like this before she's in the shop.
why I was saying when Luna was being previewed, please do not hodl for Harsetti. Grab Luna.
Yep.
Like I know Harsetti ended up becoming also broken, but like Luna's also broken. Like it's not. They're the same strength level. Yeah, the next character currently that should be in the coin shop, because I know people keep asking in chat, should be Navy Captain Landy. That is the newest character that has not yet been in the coin shop.
P-Flan buff is coming. I kind of feel it too, Kaiser. I kind of feel it too. Okay, Huffer said thanks, because if I get Lua, I will not have enough to save for. Yeah,
I'm always of the opinion.
Yeah.
I'm always of the opinion that you roll the character that is obviously strong or is proven strong rather than the promise of something that could be good. That's what I'm saying. If you look and watch and you see your Elf Mages and your Lights, your Valkies, and they're like, oh, you just slam Hellion Lua every game and they're just like wrecking everybody with it. It's like, well, if they're playing at top level and it's winning, why would you not just grab a character that's winning right now at top level to secure your skin for Masters? Because, you know, Hua could come out, but one, you don't know how good she is. Two, it's going to be the off season. So,
yep. And we don't know it's ML Hua. It could be ML Teu. It could be Dark Auden. Maybe she's a 5-star. Hard to say. But Sue's speaking the truth. As cliche as it is, the bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush is very, very applicable. I mean, sure, you might be disappointed, but time tested has shown that usually it's going to work out in your favor. If you want to play the odds, go with something you know is good over something you hope is good.
Yeah. That was my logic for all the people who kept saying like save for Harsetti, and I'm like, over Sea Phantom Politis, who's better than the best opener in the game, over Dragon Bride Senya, which literally is the most insane turn 2 unit we've gotten up until that point, over guaranteed AoE seal that no opener can interact with, over the best, most flexible knight ever made. No, I'll never understand that logic.
Yeah, I never paid attention, but it's the Sanctuary. There's the Heart of Orbis.
Yeah, it is actually.
Yeah, the High Command. Funny.
However much they're paying the KRVA for Merurin is not enough.
It's not enough.
It's not enough.
She sings and dances at the end of this.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, they just don't pay her enough.
This was a good time. I didn't think I would like that nearly as much as I did.
I liked Miracle Maid Kingdom except for the lack of Tamara. Also, Laya was kind of a design mistake, but we'll look past that.
Terrifying. Not the word I would have used.
더 많은 계승자님들과 만나 더 많은 시간을 보낼 수 있어 정말 행복하달까나. 다가오는 12월에도 메루링 열심히 일할게요.
Look, as long as it's not a garden Merurin, we're fine.
어라라? 참 오래전에 쓰여진 편지인 것 같아요. 받는 분이 쉐나에게, 보내신 분은 알렌시아님?
White Base, that is the new Christmas event that'll be going live with Senya.
There's Senya.
Why do you have to tease me so?
There's Senya. There's Senya.
No, that's yeah.
But none of them are Senya enough for the new Senya.
Can we get Sue's opinion on Senya's mom? She's got it going on.
Reach it. Look at Meruin committing a felony.
Yeah, that's actually a felony. You can't open someone else's mail, dude. That's actually a felony. Well, I'm still waiting for what was it? Maid number 1? or servant number 1 or whatever, the hot girl that they had like in episode 1 of the side story. She's just like a generic like hot girl in a maid outfit, and I was like, dude, when do we get this character? Like, I've been waiting 5 years at this point.
안녕, 나는 셰나야.
You guys know which one I'm talking about.
셰나님, 드디어 만나게 되었네요. 저는 소녀배달부 메르링이에요. 셰나를 알아? 그럼요. 정말 많은 분들이 셰나님을 기다리고 있었달까나.
Yo, this is definitely stranger danger.
셰나의 친구는 알렌시아밖에 없는 줄 알았는데.
I like how Alencia's colored with crayons.
Yeah.
They really went all in
Like-
on the child
like,
aspect
random-
of her.
Yeah, like Marin just shows up as like, we're friends, and she's like literally 10 years old, and it's just like, huh, I don't know you, but sure. Her parents did not teach her stranger danger.
Today we'll
I-
bakery.
I'm really impressed with Reba Burr's performance as young Senya because it doesn't even sound like her. She's really good at sounding like a child.
Happy today because I'm with you, Alencia. We're
Like,
friends
compare this to
forever now.
Paladus's voice.
Okay? Of course. Now until forever.
This was
Yo,
such a good story.
Bro, it still hurts, bro, thinking about how Senya ended up.
그런데
When they described it as a heartwarming story, I almost lost my shit.
No, it's
Yeah,
not
I said-
heartwarming. It's
I said it's-
despair, bro.
I said
It's probably the darkest story in the whole game.
One of, yeah. I said it's heartwarming, like describing the movie Old Yeller as a heartwarming story about a family that loves its dog.
Yeah, that's basically, yeah. Senya's story is basically Old Yeller.
여기는 어디인가요? 메로링은 여기 처음 오는구나. 우리 마을을 안내할게.
I love
Yeah,
this.
is what. Yeah, people were asking about this. This is definitely the side story event for Christmas. You can tell they. You know what? I'll be honest with you. Like, I know I was upset about like the fact that they put the character out, even though it was something that a cheater wanted. But you can tell that after that happened, they sat there and they really thought about it. They're like, how
Yep.
can we salvage a bad situation?
Yeah.
Let's put it in the oven for like 6 to 9 more months and really min-max the hell out of our Christmas event this year because
Yep.
of how crappy the one was in
Take it off the
2023.
radar. Don't talk about it. Make people forget about it. Make people forget about the issues and focus on making it a saleable unit. They
Bro, I'm
went all
looking at-
in on her art. They've done so much to make her story endearing, her animation good, and to make the kit amazing so that people kind of are giving a pass on the why she's here and saying, you know what, she's here. They did a hell of a job. They did put a kind of a chef's kiss on this one, didn't they?
Yeah, I'm looking at this like thing you have pause on your screen, and I'm just like, is this Diablo 1? Like, just like the blacksmith and everything before you go into the dungeon. Stay a while and listen.
Wait until small Senya has to fight the butcher.
Oh, that would be so funny.
She goes in the cathedral there, and there's a big pit in the floor. Hey, look, it's Senya's
Butcher
mom.
Mordskin, please.
Butcher Mordskin, no.
이렇게 마음껏 돌아다니면서 놀기에 정말 좋은 곳이야. 저 나무는 혹시 여기는 아메리카 마을인가요? 어떻게 알았어? 엄마가 우리 마을은 작아서 아무도
Yo, I
모른댔는데.
forget who it was, but one of my viewers told me that Senya's village didn't have a name. And this video, like, I woke up this morning, I watched it, I was like, I was lied to. It does have a name.
Yeah, I thought it did because they talked about restoring it in the.
Dude, I
I'll have
can't
to look
remember
at the Book of
anything
Memory
about that.
story and see if it's there.
I can only remember 3 things about this side story. 1, for some reason, Euphine was chibi. 2, we had to build buildings. And 3, I learned that Ilanav can cook. That's it. I learned that Ilanav is actually surprisingly nice when she's not like in combat, and she's really good at cooking.
I learned that I really need a reindeer Euphine in my life, and I'm sad that this is still not a skin.
Yeah. Dude, we didn't get the reindeer. Dude, there's a lot of things we never got. We never got swimsuit Araminta, right? We never got swimsuit Clarissa. Like,
GP, what they said is he said, I want a young Senya skin, and they said, no, we can't because we can't overlay a young Senya over top of mature Senya, right? they have to make the skin fit over the model. And there's no way they could make young Senya fit over top of the adult Senya model. So he said, okay, fine, do the Spice and Wolf skin because it overlays over the model. And they did it. And then they came back to him and said, look, we did promise you the unit of your dreams and we weren't able to deliver. So we're going to develop your choice as a new unit.
Yeah.
It was directly because of it. They weren't developing it on the side. They didn't have plans to come out with small Senya, and it's just a big coincidence that he also asked for the unit. They said, we will go ahead and make it a unit to kind of make good on that deal, which made it even more of a betrayal that he cheated.
Yeah, exactly. That's something people were saying to me. They were just like, you can't get upset, Tsu. Like it's Smilegate's original IP. It's not like the cheater asked for this. And I'm like, no, like he actually asked for this. There was literally zero plans to make this.
Yeah,
right? He straight up,
yeah,
he insisted. Like this was the thing he wanted. They went ahead and did it.
Yeah, I'm really not sure how that conversation went down. If Marguerite went back to him and said, you know, you did kind of breach contract. You said I could have the thing I wanted, and this was their concession. Or if Smilegate reached out to him and said, hey, we feel bad, so we're doing this for you to give you the unit you want. It really doesn't matter how that happened behind the scene, but her existence is entirely because he won the World Cup. And just because she was an asset in the game already doesn't mean it's going to get made into a unit. See also Brenus.
I saw what Red was saying. Red, I have something I will show you later.
돌아다니면서 놀기에 정말 좋은 곳이야. 저 나무는
I saw something that Poods posted earlier, and I was like, nah, bro. I can't with this.
Poods is unhinged. We're going to talk about that.
Yeah.
We were just talking about how Senya came into existence, kind of origin story.
My girl Cecilia just like got in a ditch.
I thought the fan-made units were exclusive to art contests. It's crazy they made it for a champ. It was a one-time situation, right? Champs of World Cups have always gotten to choose the next skin. And it was just... I'm sure the wording changed. I didn't read the rulebook for 2024, but I'm sure the wording said in there that, you know, we will give you the skin of your choice, but it has to fit into our model and be approved by our design team. I'm sure they put additional language in there to keep this from happening again, so that they could be a little more specific on it.
Yeah, he basically originally just wanted Child Senya with Green Senya's kit.
Which would have been so weird.
Yeah, dude. Look at her.
Somebody told me that her model was animated. I'm like, no, she's just kind of bobbing and wiggling around. She's not animated. Somebody told me she was animated, and it gave me hopes that she would be a unit.
Go back. Why she look like Amelia? Bro, she looks like Amelia.
Kinda. I think it's just the eyes. Yo, ReZero collab confirmed.
Red, don't you know how Epic 7 works, bro? Mana. Size comes from mana. She has a stone that imbues her with a ton of mana.
True.
They're called mana tanks. Mort gave her the stone so she could store tons of mana.
Valencia will want to hear all about this, right?
Dude, the roar in this animation is so like it is so clean to see Alencia like be so happy and like behind Senya in that animation, and then immediately just go full dragon and roar. It is so cool.
So Rejuvenated Scooby asked the question that I've been asked so many times: is this the new web event? And I think yes.
I think this is probably.
Yeah, it's not been announced, it's not been confirmed, but these last for 4 days. These rotate every 4 days, and there's 800 stamina, so that's 200 stamina a day, and the web event paid out 200 stamina a day, and also had a secondary exchange where you would spin a wheel or flip cards or do rock, paper, scissors, and you would randomly get this stuff, and instead of it being random, now you can select the things that you get, and the things in here are much better. Right? Much better than, you know, yeah, we had Mola, yeah, we had this, but, you know, we never had these, we never had this. You never had the ability to say, I don't need or want these, I'm just going to pound stamina. It's just better in every way. The only negative to it is when you buy stamina, it immediately goes to your inbox instead of your mailbox, so it's a little harder to save for a buff event, but You can still always just choose not to buy the stamina until buff events. It's just better.
Yeah.
I don't think a web event is coming back unless they find that this is not making us grind as much as the web event was. Because that's what this is about. It's here's some stamina to encourage you to go and grind for gear, and then go, I want to do more of that, and maybe spend some leaves, spend some sky stones, maybe buy some packs. The whole point of web events and this free stamina is to give you a taste so that you say, wow, that farming was great. I made a lot of progress. I'm going to go ahead and spend and do a little bit more. And the reason the web event is down, unofficially, unconfirmed, and this is up, is they're comparing it. They're seeing how engaged we are with the game through this mode compared to how engaged we were with the game through the other mode. And whichever one is creating player engagement more is the one that's going to stay. And I don't know about you, but I've been way more religious about doing this than I was about the web event. There were days when I just plain old missed the web event.
I am actually the opposite of you. I actually did the web event. I almost don't do this one at all. And it's not because I don't think that the reward system for this one isn't better. It is. It's just that, as somebody pointed out in the chat, it is forcing me to play Flag Arena. No shot.
Actually, you can play RTA and it counts. Just like Flag Arena, RTA counts. Draft mode does not for some weird reason. I've reported that as a potential bug, but RTA counts, and also doing the NPC fights in Draft Arena also counts. So if you hate Arena, you can just burn flags into the NPC fights to get it done. But yeah, nobody's really liked the every 8 days you got to do the arena stuff. That's not been super popular.
You can do NPC fights, yeah, that'll work. But like, just in general, I'm like, dude, like, could it have just been like some of it's arena, and then other stuff, like it's a lot of arena for somebody like me who doesn't really like playing arena. And like, if I'm gonna play World Arena, I'm gonna binge it like for several hours. So like, there'll be times where I'm like, well, I'm busy Monday, I'm busy on this day. All right, well, now it's like Saturday night. Now I can binge arena for like, World Arena and get the stamina. So for like most of the week, it's just like, nah, this is not something I want to do, because especially after Harsetti, I never want to touch Flag Arena, dude.
And for absolute free, you can queue up RTA, hit match, get a match, get to the match screen, top right out, queue up to a match, get a match, top right out. All of those will count.
Yeah,
if you really want to grind it for free, you can do that.
Yeah,
just like the normal adventure weeks, you can do the friendship phases for 2 stamina pop. It's boring and slow and repetitious, but you can cheese your way through it if you just don't want to put in the effort.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we'll see, and they may alternate the web event back in while this is down. Maybe this will go down between units, and they'll bring the web event back. It's all, anytime you see that, businesses are testing the water. And this is a business, and that's one of the things they're going to look at. So that's my take on it. That's what I think is happening. Is they're testing the water to see which one is not only better received, but which one is being engaged with the most. And that's why they've not said we've removed this and replaced it with this, because maybe they're not sure yet. Maybe they're still testing it out, and they don't want to say, yeah, we're testing it to see which one makes you guys spend the most money. You get what I'm saying? I mean, it's obvious that's what they're doing. That's what I would do. But, for right now, it's probably what's going on. There's transparency, and then there's being a little overly honest, right, Dom? You don't. Everybody likes a hot dog. Nobody wants to know how it's made. There's a certain level of transparency you just don't need.
Oh man, pretzel dog sounds really good right now.
Oh, right? Damn.
오늘 심부름은 다 했으니까 같이 놀러 나가자, 메루링. 마을 밖은 위험하지.
We've already seen this. We were at the actual camp.
I can't.
Look at that roar, bro.
We're all do it together.
So, it's the yeet part too. It's so cool.
God damn, she's a badass as a dragon.
Yeah.
I'm Senya, the whole wide world.
Senya, who had an innocent, happy childhood, grew up
look at the Alencia in the background. That's like my favorite part of the live TD.
I never saw her back there. That's hilarious.
That's my favorite part of her live 2D is the little Alencia in the back, like looking left or right.
Corner. That's hilarious.
Village under Alencia's protection and received.
Did you guys see this?
That's pretty good.
Oh, that's awesome. Thanks for that.
That's pretty good.
Ample love from her family and neighbors. In particular,
that's
she
what's
loved
gonna happen,
cookies and bread, and her dream was to one day open a bakery in the village. However, feeling lonely due to the lack of friends her age, Senya happened to meet Alencia and formed a special bond of friendship.
You know what I want to see now? I want to see an edit of that with Wukong's S3 instead of Mort's S3, dude. You see the hand come in? There's just the the Wukong jump where he slams the stab. Because that's the other one I expect that's going to be pretty good.
True.
Oh, man.
Piscean Soul Weaver, Sue. What do we know about Piscean Soul Weavers?
That it's probably the best stat line in the game. It's not at this point. It's between Pisces and Taurus. Like Taurus is the fast one. That's like Chenille, Ahmed, things like that. And then you have this one, which is like they're just built like a brick house, man. They're impossible.
How much fun does everybody have fighting Ruel in Arena?
Yeah, this is Ruel's stat line. This is Blood Moon Haze stat line. This is the highest defense in the game. Not like highest Soul Weaver. Like this is the highest defense in the game, bro. You will do more damage hitting like an Ilanav or a Yulha than you will hitting this thing.
Can someone? Oh, okay. It was the gif of Senya.
Is a 5-star Earth Elemental Soul Weaver. She has high health and defense, and can increase her effect resistance further through
just high health, 5474. To be fair, that is high for a Soul Weaver. Most Soul Weavers, most Soul Weavers are like 4900, except for Destina's stat line, which is also Death Deal Raise, which has like 6000.
Yeah.
Skill 2.
No bullying.
No bullying. She's gonna bully. She's gonna bully a lot of people.
No, you're not supposed to bully her, but she is the one who bullies. That's the whole point.
She stands up to the bullies. So the big thing about her kit, right, or about her stat line is that, everything is giga high, but she's punished by having really, really low speed, right?
Yeah.
But this skill just kind of like says, I don't care how fast I am. As long as something hits me, I get to go.
Yep. Exactly.
So do you agree with me that the existence of Child Senya pushes Sea Phantom Politis further up on the tier list? Or do you think Sea Phantom Politis isn't going to be as big of an issue for her?
It could absolutely be an answer to the character for sure. I will tell you this right now, like Cleve's gonna have to get real creative because of this passive.
Yes.
If you put this girl under Ban Protect, they can't AoE cleave you.
Yeah, everybody talks about what this unit's going to do to Harsetti, but nobody talks about what this unit's going to do, not just to cleave, but to aggro as well.
Yeah, like you can't open with it, like you can't AoE, right? Like if you have a Senya and then you have a green character in the front slot, like you can't AoE, bro. If you AoE, you are gonna get that Alencia is gonna come down, she's gonna roar, you're gonna take a lot of damage, it's gonna suck.
So Senya doesn't need the frontliner to be an Earth Elemental hero. She just gets the additional 40 fighting spirit when it's an Earth Elemental hero.
I wish they had shown two different matches, because this was a big point of contention. A lot of people kept telling me that Special Friendship only applies if the front person is green, but the way I interpreted it, it doesn't seem like that's the case. It could very well be the case, and if that is, I don't think that changes my opinion of the character. If it works on everybody, obviously the character is better than if it only works on green units, but I think the main thing about this character is literally, if my frontliner is green and I am fighting Harsetti or any AoE opener, that is just, I get paid. Like, you are going to take a lot of damage. I am going to undo all of your setup. I am going to take all the tempo in the match.
It's not very clear. It is very clear if you break it down using basic English grammar. And basic English grammar is when things are separated by commas and started with the word and, you can remove it from the sentence and read the sentence. So you can read this: at the start of the battle, gains 30 fighting spirit before granting the special target to the friendship. And when an form of as an earth elemental hero gains 40 additional fighting spirit, can be completely removed from the sentence structure. So it is pretty clear, at least to me. Although this comma right here, I think, is bad grammar. That comma doesn't belong in the sentence, and that might be what's throwing people there. Is that this grammatically, this comma shouldn't exist in this sentence.
It's very annoying.
Yeah.
Naqual. Yeah, if you Naqual her, right, and you push her cooldowns back with like a soul burn, Senya still gets the turn after Naqual, but she won't get the ability to cleanse and CR push.
Yeah, she'll lose her S3,
but you will still get slammed with the dragon roar.
Yeah, cooldown reduction doesn't impact resources, but it will negate her ability to go straight into her S3. She'll have to use her S1 at that point.
Yeah.
So yeah, and if the front line unit is not an Earth Elemental here, she should still get the special friendship. And when she gets enough focus, then she'll still activate. So she won't activate first turn, but she'll probably activate the very next turn and do her tricks then as well. And now you've got a 50k Dragon Bride Senya in the front. That could still be done. Or a buffed Dark Corvus, right?
Yeah.
No bullying.
And you know what's crazy about this thing is, like, if you actually force her down, if you try to bully her, it is so aptly named, right? Because it's like, oh, bro, you try to attack her and, like, you know, like, focus her down, bro. There's no cooldown on help. So if you try to bully, Alencia is just gonna come for you.
Lua procs her real well. When attacked, gains 20 fighting spirit. Lua doesn't attack. Lua is a non-attack skill on her S3. Lua doesn't do shit to this unit.
Yeah, both Luas. It doesn't even matter which Lua you talk about. They don't do anything.
You can totally use Lua into her safely. Lua is the bully that no bullying doesn't stop. ML Lua. Either Lua. Both Luas are non-attack skills.
Like, I don't understand what you mean. Like, if a Hellion Lua uses S3 and provokes the Senya, the second Senya hits Hellion Lua and it procs the counter, the first counter is going to have Senya immediately get an extra turn and roar.
You're right. I take it back. You're right.
So it's just like, oh, okay, cool. So, like, I'll take some damage from counters, but it's Senya's turn again. I'm just going to CR push my team and heal out of it. I'm going to heal everyone up.
You better hope those counters kill Senya.
Yeah, not likely. Not on
not
that
likely
HP
that
pool.
stat line, yeah.
Yeah, this character is very powerful. Like, if you don't have Designer Lilibet, like, you should be getting this character no matter what, but, like, you need this character. This character is going to be very important for the meta for at least a couple of months. Please do not skip this character.
Max health of the caster and the foremost ally.
I think she's a must-pull unit, and I never call units must-pull units. I don't think I've ever in my life called a unit a must-pull unit, with the exception of Navy Captain Landy on her release.
Yeah, this is a must-pull unit. This is a top-tier unit.
Cleve is dead. Let's be honest. Were you here for the Shuri video? Just curious. Asking for a friend. Also remember, I'll say it again. Any weapon that can be used against Cleve can be used with Cleve. Remember when everybody said Angel of Light Angelica would end Cleve and she became the most prevalent Cleve anchor unit?
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Especially, like, if you're a frontliner, if you're playing, like, Cleve more or something, like, Cleavers do play him, like, I mean, it's a character that, like, you could use it defensively, like, right? Like, let's say you're trying to cleave and your opponent decides to go, like, some kind of AoE counter, and you're like, cool, here's a Senya. Like, if you counter me, activate help, roar, my turn, CR push, you know, heal out of it.
Yep.
Just the character is just stupidly solid, and we haven't even gotten to, like, the other. We've only been talking about the S2 the whole damn time. We haven't even talked about the fact that she's got a full cleanse. It's not like a small cleanse or like a one debuff cleanse like a doctor's bag. It's a full cleanse with the CR push.
Do we know Dark Shuri's skills? Yeah, we went over him early. He detonates bombs and burns and puts shit tons of bombs and burns and makes the back row unit also do bombs and burns, and then everything dies horribly, explosively. Get designer Lilibet stat. The one kind of cleave that still exists, it was popular for a very short period of time. It was featured by Carlian for a while, and then it was taken away from Carlian into an attack version of it. But single target cleave can still be a thing. Now she's going to stop. She's going to be really, really dangerous into classic cleaves like Polydus and Ran, kind of a Bryceria cleave, which is more and more popular. That kind of stuff, yeah, she shits all over that. But there are some single target cleaves where you can systematically kill everybody on the team without touching her. And I don't know that she's got the staying power to 1v4, so might see those kind of cleaves making a turnaround, making a little bit of a comeback. Have to see.
And that damage is like, that is such an astronomical amount of damage for just a passive proc.
Yeah, Ruffito, TML and Zeo cleaves. Exactly. Tomo cleave time? Maybe. We have to see. That's the kind of exciting thing about units like this that upend the meta, is it really gives people a chance to cook. It makes units come out of the woodwork that were never used before. It makes old techs viable again. So it'll be interesting to see what comes out of it. Yeah, you could even still use ML Ludwig. Just don't press that S3 unless you're sure the S3 is going to kill everybody but her. So, yeah.
Except for the caster. For special friendship, after attacking on the bearer's turn, a critical hit deals additional damage proportional to the bearer's max health to the target.
Has been since we got
4,000 damage.
That get an extra turn when it's not their turn. Since Sabi on 2019 before the nerf for 100% Kerpush.
How much time's it been since we've got a character that an extra turn when it's not their turn? Since RB on 2019 before the nerf for 100% CR push. I'm thinking Ludica, right? Green Ludica.
Yeah.
She gets a turn when it's not her turn.
Yeah, so does Kairon now.
When's the next free on equip? 7 days from now.
Skill 3.
That is so much damage. Like,
Gains
I just
20 fighting spirit.
4k damage on the Senya is like.
Now given that was a jacked Alencia, right? It was 35k health Alencia.
34, yeah. But like, you have to understand, remember, like, imagine, like, that's not even as crazy as you might think it is, because like, what if you have like 26k HP, 27k HP Alencia, and then it's on plus 30 Prayer of Solitude, and then you have 30 Senya Artifact, which is another 10%, and then you have Senya Imprint, which is another 10%.
Aren't they lowering Senya's damage? I heard they were adjusting her damage yesterday. I had one person tell me they were lowering her damage. I had one person telling me they were raising her damage. I'm not really sure what to believe anymore.
Yeah. SG gear pretty mid.
Stops fighting and takes a break. Dispel.
God, this right. Increases combat radius by 15, by 20%.
Yep.
I mean,
she just completely just chops off Harseti's knees. Like, Harseti presses a button, it's like, cool, hold this Alencia. By the way, it's snack time.
Yeah, but this is all allies, so it includes her too.
Yep.
So after she takes a turn, even when she was the dog slowest unit on the team, she moves 20% down the CR bar as the dog slowest unit on the team. And I'm pretty sure we're going to find other ways that she CR manipulates herself with a 3-turn cooldown and the potential of Candlestick, making that even less and less. This unit's going to be oppressive.
The S1 also gives her CR.
Continuous healing
Artifact
for 2 turns before increasing combat readiness
and
by
it all
up to
stacks.
20%.
Yep, it all stacks.
Skill 1.
Oopsie.
Here's another 15%. So, yeah.
Dude, I can't believe this move exists. When I read this morning, I was just like, did they just make kneel down but better? Like, this is just Conqueror Lilius S1, but just better.
Hang on, I need to take a second to savor this piece of linguistic artwork that we've got here from the Epic 7 writers. Accidentally spills bread to attack the enemy. What do you think, Sue?
I don't know. I think we should ask Eat Bread in the chat. Bread, how do you feel about being an attack?
He just said nice.
Nice. Yeah. Oopsie. I think it's funny that that's the name of the attack.
Yeah.
Like something like a child would say.
Hey yo, hear me out. Put counter set on her to make it even worse. Even more dual attacks.
Look,
even more
cool
CR push.
As funny as this is that she spills bread, it would have been even funnier if she pulls out like a baguette like every time and she just swings it and it cracks over someone's head. I think that would be way funnier. If she just like
baguette.
Yeah, it's just every attack is with a stale baguette. Like that would have been way funnier.
Eldritch Nightingale says, of course this unit's omega powerful. Yeah. Once again, I'll reiterate, this unit came out with an albatross around her neck, right? There's a lot of negative sentiment from the elder community members, myself included, who didn't like the origins of this unit because nobody likes seeing a cheater be rewarded.
Somebody said Albedo.
Yeah, nobody. Oh my God, Albedo in the front with 3F. Holy shit!
Bro, that's
oh
a person,
my God!
I have a 34k HP base Albedo. Like she's like 175 speed, 34k HP Albedo on counter. Bro, I am snap playing that character with Senya. That's gonna be so busted.
Okay, one more time for the people in the back, because I don't want to get into this long, drawn-out story, but 2023 World Cup happened. The winner of the tournament was Marguerite. Marguerite said, I wanted this unit in the game. They said, got it, fam. We'll build this unit. We'll put it in the game. And then it came out that Marguerite cheated. He was getting outside help. It was 100% confirmed he was getting outside help in one of the most dumb crook news way possible. They stripped him of his title. They made him return the $50,000 prize money. They stripped his name from the ranks. He's no longer in the Hall of Fame. They took away his banner, all that kind of stuff. Even the E7 World Cup ring, they scrubbed his name from the ring in game. All that stuff. But they had already done some development work on the Senya unit. They had already put some effort into it, and they didn't want to scrap that. And I kind of agree with Tsu on this one. They probably said, we can't just release this unit now. There's too much negative sentiment about it. We really, really, really need to sell this unit to kind of overcome the negative public perception of the unit. Event. Yeah, they turned it into a Christmas event. They pulled on the Nostalgic Music Box event, which was a really, really good, tearjerker, good event, or good event. They put a lot of effort into her animation. They really put a lot of effort into the story, and they loaded her kit to be counter to the thing that is most hated in the game right now. And I think it's pretty safe to say the most hated thing in the game right now is Harsetti. So yeah, they did a lot to try to make this unit adorable and endearing to people to overcome the negative sentiment. Almost all negative sentiment against this unit comes from people not liking the idea of a cheater getting his reward, but they made it so good for the community that the community's pretty cool with it. Yeah, she was in the story like 3 years ago. So was Brenus. So was Queen Diane. There's a lot of things that were in the story. She exists in the game because of Marguerite. She is specifically planned to be in the game because Marguerite said, I want this unit. They said, we can't do it. We can't make it into a skin. And then they came back and said, you know what? We feel bad we couldn't give you the unit you wanted, so we're going to make her a unit. It was like all spelled out. They even announced it. She's in the game because she was chosen by the World Cup winner. And all of the people that are running around spreading the rumor that this has nothing to do with that. She was planned. She was part of Smilegate's 7-year plan, 10-year plan. No, those guys are wrong. She is here because of the tournament.
All right, cool.
But
so
anyway.
when I win E7, World Cup in 2047, I'm gonna get the Mad Hatter Cirilla that we've been missing for the last 2-3 years.
Death Metal Tamarin.
Oopsie. Accidentally spills bread to attack the enemy. Triggers a dual attack from a random ally, and increases combat readiness of the caster by up to 15%.
Dude, it's just Conqueror Lewis's S1, but it's just better.
It is.
Applies to combat readiness.
It's a better
It's
Conqueror
ridiculous.
Lewis,
Like,
isn't it?
how many Hall of Trials, Ancient Inheritance,
Yeah,
Abyss guys have you made where you're just like, oh yeah, you just use Conqueror because like Kneel Down's broken, and it's like, oh yeah, what if we just made Kneel Down but with CR push built in?
You know what's better than a 15% CR push on the S3 and a 15% CR push on the S1?
Having it on your artifact as well.
How about a 25% CR push on the S3? She's gonna be zooming. Holy shit, dude. She's gonna take so many turns. How is everything about CR push? It's almost like they're trying to say, we want to take away the heavy dependence on speed set defining the meta and give you alternates to play the game without having to have 400 speed on all your units. I don't know, that's crazy talk though, right, Sue?
Yeah. Right.
They want to milk us dry before the next collab, bro. Welcome to Epic 7, Celtree. First time?
First time, yeah.
So this is a very, very, very good artifact, and it's kind of a whale artifact. Those 75% chance is still pretty good, even at plus 15. I still think it's good, but you're probably going to be putting bottles of knowledge into this thing, because that's pretty freaking stacked. This artifact skill effects only apply to one hero within the team. Okay?
Yeah, because otherwise, like, somebody like Elmage would just wail out and get 3 of these at plus 30 and be like, yo, check out my base speed Mort in the front with 40k HP. And then it's just like, oh, okay, at the end of someone's turn, here's 45% CR.
Yeah, I've had people say, "Oh no, it specifically says skill effect, so some part of the, this part will work if there's, so if you can have this artifact on 2 units and they will get the HP but not the CR push because that no. What this means is this is the skill, these are the stats. If you have this artifact on 2 units, they both get the 988 HP and the 117 attack, but only one of these artifacts does this thing. It's just like having 2 Ariuses on your team, right? The higher on the CR bars units artifact's going to proc. The other one is just a tiny stat stick. So you cannot stack, you cannot put this on Schneal and on Senya and get double pushes. It's not going to work.
I just realized it gives 988 health. Are you kidding me,
It does. It gives freaking proof level health.
It's the proof of valor stat line. Whoa. Bro, come on. SG, please. Like, all right. Whale early, whale often. That's all I'm going to say about this banner. This banner is, like, snapped. Like, I'm burning everything, all my resources.
Yeah.
Literally, all the way down to 0 sky stones. Even if I already have 2 or 3 Senyas, we keep going.
Yeah, my only regrets that I don't have like enough to go to pity 3 times. Because God, if you have any rabbit's foot in the closet that you save for occasions, man, dust it off. This is wallet 7 right here.
Yeah, this character with this artifact is just dump it all. Like, save nothing. I don't care if you're like, but the collab. No, dump it all.
Yeah. People are wanting to know, should you get multiple of these since you can't use them in the same team? There might be interactions where sometimes you'd want to use Senya on this artifact and sometimes you'd want to use other units on this artifact. And that's the real tough one, right? Is you're going to want to, as a whale artifact, you're going to want it this at plus 15, but like think of Sweet Miracle where you kind of want it on Mediator Queric, but you kind of also want it on Laya, right? They did a really good job of coming after our bookmarks, guys.
This is definitely this unit feels top tier. Like this is a full send for me. This banner.
Dodoro asked if there was still a collab on deck. I still believe in my heart of hearts a collab is on deck. I just think it's gotten pushed back. I think it got pushed back or it fell through. That's all I can think of. It would have been announced by now. I think we don't see a collab until January, possibly at the very end of December. But yeah, with Senya's event thing going all the way like right up against Christmas, there's really no room to drop a collab in on top of it. So if you're thinking like, I'll skip this to save for a collab, don't. Remember the bird in the hand, 2 in the bush discussion we had earlier in the video?
Yeah. This character, if you guys watched my impressions video, I literally said like I could stop the video right here, right now, because the character literally hard counters Harsetti. Like that was literally the first thing I discussed was just the passive. The passive alone is meta defining or like very close to it.
Yeah. God, DDR with this artifact. Yikers.
Yeah.
Are they just not doing Halloween events now? We didn't have one last year either. Halloween's not a big deal in Korea, in my opinion. It's kind of only a big deal in North America, US, Mexico, Canada, and I think Japan has kind of gotten into it recently, but outside of those countries, it's not really a big thing. They have harvest festivals that we don't, but we usually see like little nods for Halloween, sometimes some skins, little special events here and there, but it's not a big thing at home, and I think it just gets forgotten and overlooked a lot in Epic 7.
Well, I'm apparently experiencing like a pretty massive thunderstorm. So if I die, chat, you'll know what happened to me if I disappear, because there is lightning like crazy outside of my window.
Hey Hoofer, thank you for the Superman. You snuck over to U2 on me there. How quick are they going to counter this unit after countering Harsetti after I wailed Von Her? Welcome to Epic 7. First time here?
Yeah, first. Yeah.
So, all jokes aside, when she becomes horribly oppressive and everybody talks about how small Senya is ruining the game, a counter will roll out. Typically, they let a unit run wild for about a year. 9 months to a year is about how long they let a unit kind of ride at the top of the meta before they start throwing things at it to counter it.
47 devs only Samo exists. Remember how sometimes.
So can we have this discussion now that we're the artifact portion of this? Because this is the question that everybody's been asking all day. As a community, what do we call her? Because I'm in favor of either small Senya, SMOL, small Senya, or Tenya, because she's 10 years old.
Tenya.
I like Tenya a lot.
I like Tenya. Just as a hard reminder.
Yeah. Why is she called Tenya? Because she's 10.
I like that better than small Senya. I like that a lot
10,
better.
Yeah.
It rolls off the tongue either. Tenya. Yep.
Yeah. Bro, you could even write it like this, bro. She's 10, yeah.
Yeah. Tenya.
Yeah.
Yeah, that slaps. High five, Sue. That's good.
All right, cool. I was joking with the homies about that earlier. It was like, yeah, I like Tenya. I think Tenya is a good name.
By up to 10%. At the end of the turn,
because whenever someone says that it's their waifu, you can literally just like, but she's 10.
But she's Tenya.
Foremost ally by 15%. The artifact skill effect can only apply to one hero within a team.
I can't do it alone. We can do it together.
God damn that. Sorry, I gotta pull it up again.
She's 10, you know? Exactly.
Oh, tell me I didn't lose it. Somebody post the GIF again. I didn't save it.
Bro. That is a dangerous spit, bro. She's got a hawk a loogie.
It's just the best.
The GIF is really good.
That's some more coming around the corner. Holy shit.
Dude, the meme makers in the E7 community are great.
Oh my god.
Players will be able
you guys
to
never
through the limited
That's rug dealer
starting
level
December
good.
12th. Thank you.
Yeah, was that rug?
It could have been, but I don't know if it was or not.
The vanity of your struggling.
I love how they like do this tight zoom. Is like, did you see Harsetti try to do stuff?
Nah, bro. You could hold that. Bro, and then we get to see the.
I like the heal too, right? Because a lot of the problem that slower players have in this meta is like a little bit of sustain, and that's a whole heckin' lot of sustain.
Yes, it is.
Doesn't the regen ping off your own health? It's like a percentage of your own health that comes back.
Yeah,
it's pretty massive for like the way tankier players.
Yeah,
play.
wait, Soul Weaver with healing.
Yeah. Okay.
That was my biggest complaint with Schneel, dude. If Schneel had healing on his S1, right? Like if he had Key to an Oath as his S1, he would actually be like generically good.
The day Pirate Flan's skin comes out, Bryceria's skin should drop into the shop.
Bro, I love
So
I
what
always will love
about 5 weeks from now, 6 weeks from now, something like that.
Dude, I'll always love Valencia's S3 animation.
메루링 어때? 셰나랑 알렌시아 엄청 멋있지? 그러니까 이제 셰나랑 같이
And even I'm still not 100% recovered, Mr. Wolf. I could feel the.
사실 메루링 알렌시아님의 편지를 가져왔어요. 이걸 전해드리는 게 메루링의 의미니까요.
Yeah, exactly. It's the Yeet Cannon, bro.
Tenya's a good name, better than people calling her Snack. Anybody calls her Snack in my chat gets banned.
그럼 메루링이 읽어줘.
Looking at you, Poods.
Don't test me on this. I have no sense of humor about it.
이제 정말
Yeah, no, yeah, exactly. I'm the same way. Don't go bringing that stuff to my chat either. That's a good way to find yourself banned.
They're doing it. They're doing it. They're doing it. They're going. I don't know if I can keep watching this, Sue.
그저 편안하기만 하거라. 꼭 그래야만 한다.
Man.
알렌시아, 이리 와.
See, and then they rope-a-dope my emotions. Like, oh, good, they're not doing it. They're not going to the sad place. But then they give me a cake, and the cake, as we all know, is a lie.
알렌시아, 나는 아직도 꿈을 꿔. 뭉게구름이 걸렸던 맑은 하늘은 회색빛으로 덮이고 내가 사랑하던 황급빛
The
들판은
music box playing.
불꽃으로 가득 찬 광경을 봐. 알렌시아, 알고 있었어.
I blame Valencia for all of this, because, like, she could have just fought Mort.
데리라는 거 알고
Like, she just didn't want to fight Mort. Bro, if you had just fought Mort, he wouldn't have gotten Mort and killed everything.
Yep.
He was debating you.
무슨 일이야? 왜 슬픈 표정을 하고 있어? 울지 마.
You should have just let me die. You genocided my village, killed my parents. Oh, cookies!
Even though it's just bread.
Those are one hell of cookies. Those cookies are the best. It's a friggin' Girl Scout cookie tier cookies there to get her over that so quick.
라즈베리 파이를 굽던 날처럼 그날 따뜻한 들판에서 같이 웃었을
Dude, they need to chill with this, bro. Like, it's like this character, the way that they did this character in this story is easily, in my opinion, the saddest thing that they've done in this game.
Yeah, and we say that staring freaking Ravi and Tenebria right in the face, right? Watching Bask sacrifice himself into an army of skeletons so that Diane can complete her mission. They've had some moments in this game. I mean, people like give Smilegate a lot of crap for story writing because, you know, a lot of their stuff is pretty weak and soft, but I mean, sometimes they hit, and this one hit hard.
I don't know, man. Maybe I have been playing gotcha games that will not be named with more tragic story writing lately, where people get their jaws ripped off. Literally.
Hey, what if the trauma that Senya and Alencia went through, like, isekai them into Zenless Zone Zero, where everything's about trauma?
Dude, could you imagine, like, Senya showing up in Chaos Zero Nightmare? Like, the trauma. Alencia.
Oh, yeah, Chaos Zero Nightmare. Yeah.
The collab with Alencia, dude. The
part
trauma.
of the collab. The trauma. I love it.
다시 돌아왔네요. 어린 신하님은 정말
Hey, Euphine is there too. Let's go.
사랑스러운 분이었어요.
See what I meant about like how the effort that went in to really sell this unit, to make it super likable, not just the broken kit, but the way she's introduced here, the additional games, they really put in the extra effort to overcome her rough start, right? Her origin story. And I think that's really, really nice that they went that extra mile instead of just dropping it on our lap.
Yeah. Kratos, to answer your question, Chaos Zero Nightmare, when they unveiled it back in April, they said by the end of 2024, there ain't a lot of runway left in 2024, so my thoughts are they'll let us know soon, like when it's coming out. I can't imagine it doesn't come out within the next 6 months. Or at least a beta. Like, give us a beta.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've seen, everybody keeps bringing up the fact that her S2 has changed. Like, until I have hard numbers in front of me, it doesn't change the fact that it's just a good skill.
Her S2 could do no damage.
and the character's still nuts.
And then she's
Like,
still nuts.
That's how loaded the character is. The character's like got 4 like ridiculous things in the kit. You could take away one of them, the character's still ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I'm absolutely playing that space hill. That's like the first thing I'm doing. I love my albedo.
There was a lot that's been discussed in the update. I did an hour-long video, and I cut it as much as I could, covering everything that happened. And it was still an hour worth of content that's coming out. But that's kind of coming out over the next several weeks. When maintenance comes up tomorrow, the only things that we're going to have that are new are the Lua buff changes. Those will be up. And probably the EEs for Wukong and Tenebria. Those will be up. Is there anything else?
Yo, Brett actually just posted the most genius thing ever, bro. What if you are Cleave, right? And you have your AoE opener, and they take Child Senya, and then you take Benimaru, right? and then you proc the extra turn, and then that procs the Benimaru, and then you cleave with Benimaru, bro.
Oh,
Galaxy Braid. Galaxy Braid angle, dude.
Crazy. I love it. This Senya special side story, not until December 12th, right? 3 weeks away. Raspberry Pi Day, probably about 15 days away. It's whenever the existing one ends, this one starts. Even Ancient Inheritance isn't going to start until Monday. The rotations, the ML5's changing, that's a week away. So a lot of the stuff that's coming out isn't going to be there when the game goes live. The 2 huge things that are happening when the game goes live are the changes to Lua, and everybody's seeing what that's going to do, and the EEs for Wukong and Fairy Tail Tenebria to see how that impacts the game. And I think that's it. Am I missing something, Sue?
추가로 전달될 만한 소식이 있어요. 올해 큰 이벤트였던 E7WC 2024 그리고
Junu's banner.
2024 우승자분들이 직접
Oh man, look at all the skins. Let's go.
Oh, the skins are fire, man.
I actually like the Ravi skin.
I love the Ravi skin.
It's so much better than the base skin. It's not even funny. I hate base skin Ravi. It's one of my least favorite skins in the whole game.
Yeah,
This is a welcome change.
I think even Red would be like, yeah, it's a good skin. I still hate Ravi.
Yeah, this is a very good skin.
Yeah, so like a Zero Defect City Cyberpunk Ravi, right?
2024 우승자 라비를 너무너무 사랑하시는 하자마레이님.
Yeah, so Hazama Ray, I think his only instruction was he wanted a Ravi skin and he wanted her to have white hair. I think that was about all the info he gave to Smilegate, and this is what they came up with.
It looks good, actually.
It's my favorite iteration of Ravi so far. I think they knocked it out of the park.
I think it's better than both APOC Ravi and Gyaru Ravi as well.
And the APOC skin, yeah. I think it's better than all of them. Took me a minute to figure this one out until I saw the kids.
Yeah, I was gonna say my favorite part of this skin is actually the dolls. The dolls are
fire.
So cool.
This is Fire Ravi, Josh, not APOC. This is Fire Ravi.
Yeah, this skin is also gorgeous. A lot like it's a lot better, I think, than the base outfit. The dolls are so cool.
Yeah. So the ECL is the China servers version of the World Cup. Since they're a separate game, they're isolated forever from Epic 7. They don't get to interact with us. They have their own World Cup. And this is the Tosaka Rin. Was that who won?
Yeah, I think so.
The point is, like,
the point is, if they have 2 different, essentially, like, championships, and it's the same dev team that works on both of them, even though it's different, producers for each game. So think of it like this way: one team develops all the assets for Epic 7, and then 2 separate companies manage the game.
Right.
If the dev team already has to make skins for one version of the game, the other one's just gonna be like, yeah, we'll just take that.
Yeah.
Like it's free real estate. It's more stuff that company could sell on their server.
Yeah. The entire game is produced by Super Creative, which they are the developers and creators. They produce the game. And then they take the game and they give it to the publisher. Just like an author writes the book and he sends the book to the publisher. Publishers don't write books. Publishers disseminate them to the public and make sure they sell and that they sell into the correct markets, and they maybe change the cover arts because when they want to sell into this market, it'll do better with this cover art. If they want to sell into that market, maybe it has to have a slightly different cover art, things like that. That's what the publishers do. Super Creative makes Epic 7. They design these assets. They come up with these looks, and then they send it to publishers. The publisher for the China server sends it to the China server, and the publisher for the global and all the other servers, which is Smilegate, sends it to all of our servers. Publishers can make changes here and there. They can do certain things. They can change the price of the book they're selling. They can request modifications to cover arts. They can kind of do their own promotions, but they don't make assets. They don't change in-game things. And when a publisher puts it out there, or when an asset is made, one publisher's not going to say, yeah, I'm not going to take that asset for my server. This is going to be on both servers. You don't have to worry about just China's getting this. That's not going to happen. They spent money, time, and effort on this skin. They're going to sell it to every server they can sell it to.
Yeah, this is a good skin.
This is a really good skin. Of the three, this is my favorite, man.
I think
this is absolutely gorgeous, dude.
This might be my least favorite of the three, but I still think all of them are like S tier skins. They're all better than most of the skins.
Ravi's up there, but I think this is such an upgrade. I mean, Paulus was okay and everything, but this looks so good.
I think Flan might be my favorite one, which is the next one. This one.
I really hate the flower in front of the eyeball. I hated it on Rowana, and I'm hating it here. It just bugs me. If I put my thumb in front of it and cover up that flower,
it's very tropey at this point. It's very tropey. Like even one of the
you've got a gun and no depth perception. Come on.
Yeah, there's one of the key arts that they released for Chaos Zero Nightmare when they first announced it is literally a girl with a flower coming out of her eye, and I'm like, please stop. Like, I don't know who your lead designer is, like your lead artist, your head artist, but like they need to stop.
So this is the World Cup skin. So you will get this if you end Masters or higher at the end of the season. What did I say? World Cup. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, World Arena skin. So you end RTA season Masters or higher, and unfortunately, mathematically, it looks like World Arena is going to end, December 28th?
23rd.
23rd. Right, it's right up against Christmas. It's really an unfortunate ending. I'm actually almost kind of hoping that Smilegate extends the season by a week or two to get us out of that window. But
yeah, not, me too. Also, because I have to take my cousins. I'm taking my little cousins to go see Sonic the Hedgehog that day. So
if you're just going for the Masters for the skin, I guess that's one thing. But yikes. But yeah, if you want the skin, all you gotta do is get Masters and RTA, and boom, it's yours. These skins are on a roughly 20-week roughly a 36-week cooldown, right? Because you got a 12-week season, and then another 12-week season, and probably 3 weeks of time in between when the skin is released and when the skin drops in the shop, right? Whatever the World Cup skin was 2 seasons ago, that goes into the skin shop when this skin comes out. So like last season, season before last season was Lionheart. The season before that was Briar Witch's Saria. So when she comes out, the Briar skin hits the shop. When the next season happens and that season's skin comes out, Lionheart drops in the shop. It's that far apart. So it's really important for you to get into Masters at the end of the season if you want this skin. Because if you don't, and you want this skin, you got a long-ass wait. Better part of a year before it shows up.
Again, it's December 23rd is when the season ends. Probably about a week and a little more than a week to go with the season left. Like probably, I want to say, like December 14th or something. I will probably put out a guide, like a cheat sheet for people to get their Flan skin, like I did with Cermia. You guys seem to really like that from me last season, where I'll basically talk about these are the strongest units, and then I'll break them up into tiers. These are the good first picks. These are the good second and third picks, so on and so forth. So that way you guys could kind of get a if you haven't been playing RTA, you'll have at least some idea of what you should build and what the hell you should draft to actually get the skin really easily.
Depending on your place in the game, Tsu, Deity, even Valky are wealths of information for how to get to Masters pretty easily, even at a new player level. We can find you the help to do that. The one piece of advice I will give you is don't wait until the last minute, right? It is infinitely easier to get into Masters 2 weeks before the end of season and then just do like one fight every other day, even if you lose, to maintain it, than it is to, on that last day, try to climb, because a lot of people wait until the last minute and everybody's climbing at once and you're fighting a bunch of tryhards desperate for the skin, clawing and scraping, and it's crazy hard to get up there. Whereas it is so much easier, because once you get up there, you do one win. And if you just got to Masters, you did one win beyond that, you can afford like 5 or 6 losses before you fall out of Masters. That means every 3 days you log in, yield. 3 days later, log in, yield. 3 days later, log in, yield. Done for the season. And you maintain Masters. It's so much easier. Don't wait till the last week, and especially don't wait till the last weekend. You will hate life. You're talking about it going from a 2 or 3 hour climb with some friends in Discord to an all-day nightmare slugfest that's going to make you hate your life even more, especially doing it while you're trying to put presents under the tree and traveling with family.
Yes, I agree 100%. Like, I'll probably do a stream series for my alt account to try to see if I can get that to master this season. Also, if people want to follow along, and like, if I'll be honest with you, if I can get masters on my new player account, anybody should be able to do it, because that account has nothing.
Yeah. I to break it down for you, you're talking about maybe doing 15 to 20 fights to get to Masters if you do it 2 to 3 weeks before the end of season, versus probably doing on the order of 50 to 100 fights if you wait until the last weekend, depending on your kit and how new you are. It is a feeding frenzy, and it is a very, all of the guys who wait until the last week to climb to champions, and you're like, I'm in gold. Why am I fighting somebody with a 315 speed ran? Because you waited.
This is Pirate Captain Flan, King.
Yeah,
this is her skin. This is her skin for getting Masters this season in World Arena.
Yeah, we get Ursula the Sea Witch Flan. I like how she's turned her tentacles into a chair.
Oh, dude, I think the skin is so sick.
Please get buffed on Friday.
내년에는 어떤 영웅들이 명예로운 스킨의 주인공으로 선정돼 있지?
Leafy's Kraken. What do you mean? That's the Rift Kraken.
한 해의 행복한 마무리를 위해 메루링의 선물이 빠질 수 없겠죠.
I thought you just said we couldn't end it on a happy note. We're just, no, everyone be sad. No presents for you.
So, Winter Holiday Exchange, Special Exchange. What do you think this is going to be? Special Exchange.
Please tell me it's a way for me to get Dragon Price. I'm begging you. It's so annoying, man.
That happened.
Like I said, they don't pay this woman enough.
Not enough.
12월도 에픽세븐과 함께 해주실 거죠? 메루링이 지금 바로 인게임 우편으로 작은 선물을 보내두었어요.
Honestly, you know what? For Christmas, just let everybody have a character of their choice. No restrictions. Just do it.
They do. Oh, no restrictions.
No, yeah, just do it. Come on.
How about instead we give you 100 free stamina a day?
No.
We'll throw in an otherworldly chest. Annyeong.
What, dude? Yeah. That's what I think in my sleep, Ray 123. Life is pain. Let me end it for you. The Abigail quote.
We get it. You're cute. Damn.
Like, there's just like a void where I'm just like, huh. Illinab band. Need a good neutral knight that's not Last Rider Crow. Oh wait, this is where I picked my Dragon Bride Senya, if I had one.
Smilegate, for the love of God, give this man Dragon Bride Senya. I've never heard somebody.
I'm actually dying.
I've seen kids in the grocery store whine less than this. Give Tsu his Dragonblight Senya. He really needs it.
Dude, I'm
man
so
is
mad because
drowning.
like I literally took Sea Phantom Politis specifically because I was like, I can get Senya on the backswing, and for them to be like, all right, put the head on out a week before you're allowed to get Senya is just like a giant slap in the face. What's my take on child Senya feet? We don't talk about that.
What's Sue's take?
I don't talk about feet. I
child
certainly don't
Senya
talk about
feet?
10-year-old feet.
She has 2 of them.
Yeah, there you go. She has 2 of them. I'm scared to click that link.
So yeah, we beat this into the ground. You know, instead of counterattacking, uses a basic skill, and this takes away the one thing that was stopping Lua from being usable, and that's the Great Mortelix. Now get F Mort. She's just going to be insane, and I think a lot of people are looking at this thinking this is the big change, and
No, it's the
although
future.
this is insane, this is the big change.
Yeah, there. Like I said, there has any character that has ever had a 3-turn cooldown on an ultimate that's good has been meta. Angel of Lady Angelica, 3 turns. Hua Yong, 3 turns. Unbound Knight Arwell, 3 turns. Like straight up 3-turn cooldown on an ultimate is almost always broken.
Especially on a unit that has a way of self-cycling and has access to artifacts that lower cooldowns, which pretty much everything does if you consider Prophetic Candlestick.
Oh yeah, Gala's also 3 turns. Yeah, the character that literally was dominant for a couple of months and now raffle stomps all the PvE content.
Yeah.
Yeah. Green Sid is also 3 turns. Like, it's very hard to find a 3-turn cooldown character in Epic 7 for their ultimate that isn't ridiculous.
So you want to go over what Mercedes Nuts fucking amazing handle.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
That's
Mercedes Nuts!
Mad props, man. That's one of the best screen names I think I've ever seen. But let's go over what he said, right? I spent a while, like, bashing the hell out of this guy.
Did Valky respond to him? Yeah, he did!
We'll get on that in just a minute.
Valky Torrid!
Okay, let's see what Valky says. Oh, wow, Valky overtook him for best. Nice. To everyone wondering if the buffs make her worth pulling, yes. Source, been top 200 RTA for the past 3 years straight.
Don't do it to him, please. I'm begging you. Don't do it.
No, we're doing it. We need to check.
Well, you guys enjoy that. I'm gonna go use the restroom real fast while he publicly executes Mercedes. No, okay.
Now he's got 3 wins this season, so like he's been playing RTA enough to kind of know the current meta, right? I think that's a fair expert opinion on how the meta's been the past several weeks. Okay, but in all seriousness, he's thinking that this won't do anything. That her skills were not the problem. It's that the kit as a whole is not good. That there are just too many units you can pick that completely nullify her existence. That this buff will not fix that. She is as useful as ML Ken now, thanks to units like Mort. She will not debuff cleanse. Yeah. Let's go over his things. Okay, so first you need to be turn 1. She's got Sea Phantom Politis' base speed. Does Sea Phantom Politis have any trouble being turn 1? Really? She is giga fast already. This is Hey Anya, thanks for the resub, buddy. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. So this is kind of true and kind of not true, right? This is true for any opener unit.
7 months, holy.
Hey, 7 months, my buddy. But this is true for any opener. Any opener needs to be turn 1. That's just the nature of the opener. You will have to put speed gear on her. So that's a thing. But that's kind of like saying, if you want to be able to swim, the pool needs to have water in it. It's kind of a no-shit Sherlock situation, and she's got the base speed that allows her to be turn 1 pretty damn easily. You must have units that allow you to soul burn. Again, the pool must have water. Soul burn is less of a problem with units like Frida, and with Frida making Bellion less and less common of a pick, but it's easier than ever to get a book through. But yeah.
Damn. Can I field number 3?
She doesn't need to soul burn also. It's just if you soul burn, it's ignore ER. She's got enough effectiveness that she usually gets the job done.
Number 3 says you must have high HP and defense on the character that has the Zodiac symbol for the highest HP and defense in the game for its class.
Yeah, it's basically free.
It is trivial. Like, it takes no effort to break 20k HP on that. Nothing. It is like free 99.
The enemy can't have a turn 1 A Taiwan. How many turn 1 A Taiwans have you seen? What's A Taiwan's base speed, Sue?
It's like 106.
Let's see.
Point is, I think the fastest A Taiwan I've ever played against is like 260. And correct me if I'm wrong, but like I think everyone out there can build at least like a 260.
A Taiwan has 104 base speed. He is legitimately
off by 2.
He was legitimately 2 speed faster than Ruel.
Yep. Versus Hellion Lua, who's what, 120?
Yep. I think.
Hey. Username, you're saying no effort. I'm saying if you wanted to build a Hellion Lua, at like 250 speed, you could very easily like break high health and defense.
So this was with my leftover speed gear. I got her to 288. If I take Taiwan and I put Taiwan on my absolute, I'll give him Luna speed gear. Just give him cracked speed gear. He's still not faster. With my best speed, some of my best speed gear, I can't get faster than Hellion Lua with like my 7th tier speed gear.
You're saying 250 is not enough. 250 is enough to outspeed Taiwan.
250 is enough to outspeed almost every Taiwan. Okay. Enemy cannot have ML Elena. Why?
Unplayable unit. Next.
Yeah, first it's an unplayable unit, but also why? ML Elena stops counters. ML Elena does not stop extra attacks from happening. Or for units from activating a basic skill.
Yeah, like literally.
I'm right on that, right? It says, where's asshole Mancer Elena?
After using your basic skill, it doesn't do anything. Yeah, with the changes, Astromancer.
Enemy heroes cannot counterattack. Yeah, so he's completely off base here. ML Elena, where'd it go?
Yeah. It doesn't matter, Tristen. Like characters unusable.
Yeah,
in
even if
every form of content.
Yeah, even if she wasn't usable, she does nothing. Even if she was usable, she does nothing. Enemy can't have Sweet Miracle.
Cool, that's counterplay.
Okay, fair.
That's a valid one.
So we got 5 L's and a W. Yeah. Units need to have counters.
Yeah.
Enemy can't have Celine. Soft counter. This is you can't play DDR if the enemy has Dragon King Sharoon. Yeah, you can. It just affects how you play her. Celine doesn't necessarily kill all the people that you're going to run her with. With her giving all that extra HP to the front line and the tankiness of herself, there's a pretty good shot that Celine, she might turn the table of the fight, she might not. I think this is halfway between a W and an L. Sue's Celine would kill. We've established that.
Mine would kill. Mine kills.
So yeah, I'll give him half a point for this one because yeah, Celine would definitely be a problem, but is it a big enough problem? It just depends on how you draft your team.
Enemy can't have Lilibet, okay?
I assume he means designer Lilibet, but yeah, Yeah, you know what? You can't take debuffers into Designer Lilibet. Why do you think Designer Lilibet is kind of in the S tier right now?
Yeah, this character is like legitimately like 6th or 7th best character. Like, actually, if we go by win rates, it's the 3rd best character in the game.
Yeah, so yeah. Again, counterplay. So we got 2.5 W's out of 5.5 L's. So yeah. So far I'm seeing 2 valid counters for a unit and 1 soft counter. Enemy can't have ML Senya. Why?
Yeah, this one I don't get either.
Yeah, why? Enemy can't have Lilius.
Which one? Honestly, the answer is
he's got to be in Fire Lilius, right? Because of the self cleanse push up. Yeah, she's not a real unit.
No, okay, I was gonna say this actually is a valid counter. Red Lilius is a valid counter. The thing is, no one plays Red Lilius outside of with Harsetti. They literally only play her there. She's not playable, really, outside of like a Harsetti comp.
She is a strong direct counter, but then you have Fire Lilius on your team. If you aren't going to plan that draft around Fire Lilius' strengths, she's a difficult unit to just slot in.
That's actually true. Toki actually nailed it, right? So you press S3 on Lua. Lilius cleanses out of it, presses S3 to cleanse her team out of the provoke. Everyone still counters the Lilius. Mission accomplished.
Yep. Enemy can't have Tsu. Man, all the tens of people that are playing Tsu in RTA right now.
Bro, if you run into Vic Chun, that's it. Oh, shit, I'm dead if I run into Vic.
Again, not a real unit. Yeah, it's a counter, but it's a really weird counter. It's like saying, you know, using the pool analogy again, you know, having a pool is great unless you live in, like, northern Canada. Yeah, you know what? This is a potential counter, but nobody's going to be using this unit. Not really. Unless Lua starts running over people and being amazing, then maybe this guy will actually see more play.
One shot over here pointed out number 12, dude. Enemy can't have Lionheart Servia, bro. Anybody who watched my stream before I raided Tristen tonight, we kept aggressively trying to pick Lionheart. We got body bagged. Even in the spots where I was like, yes, this is a Lionheart game. Everything lines up perfectly. Yep. We got body bagged. Like the character is like, she is my favorite character in the game. She is trash can tier.
Yeah, you can't say this thing counters it if that thing is worse than having literally any other unit on your team.
I am going to go out on a limb here and say I think that Judge Kisei is a better character than Lionheart Servia in this format.
Freaking tragedy, isn't it? Enemy can't have hand guy.
Cool, it's a counter, sure.
That's a very valid point.
It's by design.
Yes, it's by design. You know what they call a unit that's insanely strong but has counters?
Balanced.
Enemy can't.
Still pissed. Go ahead.
Enemy can't have ML Luna. Why?
Yeah, I don't get this one either. Cool, like it seals you and unbubbles you. All right, I still strip you and provoke your team. Yeah, so you can't have challenge, but like whatever, bro. Like I'm here to control, homie. Everything else is just gravy. Like, okay, like what is ML? Like, all right, ML Luna is a road bump. Like it is like a speed bump, bro. It doesn't stop me from controlling your team.
I'll give him that. ML Luna is 4 speed faster than ML Lua. She is a slightly faster base speed.
Bro, enemy can't have Wondrous Potion Vial, dude. If they have Potion Vial...
that's the best.
If you have Potion Vial on a character, and I have no other debuff follow-up, bro, and you just happen to 1 in 4 chance me on your cleanser, you got it, fam. Man, opponent can't have 25% chance to snap out of it.
This is probably that's my favorite. This has got to be my favorite.
Opponent can't have turn 1 DDR. Okay, like again. All right, chat. Can you guys like the fastest DDR I have ever seen is like 270. Chat, can you build,
dude? DDR
Alien Lua at 270 speed?
Do you see his base speed here? What's 261 minus 161?
100. He has 100.
He has 100 base speed. He is one of the slowest units in the game. He is 2 speed faster than the slowest unit in the game.
Yeah, like
there's nobody on the planet who is making a DDR that is faster than even a mid-game player's Hellion Lua.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's just, no.
You thought a turn 1 Taiwan was crazy? Turn 1 DDR is utterly crazy. So, of this entire list of 16 things that make Hellion Lua useless, we have 1, 2, 3 viable meta answers, and then a handful of weird-ass situational answers, right? So yeah, I think this guy is way off base, way underselling this kit. But again, I will reiterate, before you log in first thing in the morning and say, wow, I listened to Tsu and Tristen, Dragon, Mercedes, nuts, all... I'm not gonna make that joke.
Bro,
I'm just gonna pull this unit because it's so good. Maybe he's right. Maybe we're really wrong. It's happened before. Ask my wife. I've been wrong many, many times. I don't think I'm wrong. I have never seen me, Valky, and Tsu all be wrong at the same time. Usually one of us sees through, and if all of us agree, it's kind of a foregone conclusion, but wait and see. Tomorrow, all the RTA streamers are going to be going nuts with Hellion Lua, and that's going to be the theme of RTA streams for the next several days. Watch it, see how she tests out, see how she's built, see what she's good into, see if those units are causing you problems, see if it's things you can emulate, then make an informed purchasing decision on maybe on Monday.
To use the words of Hellion Lua herself, let me see if I can't change your mind. That's literally what the buff does. You want to see if it changes your mind.
Can you ask your wife to make her a tier list?
All right, let me see what else. What did Valky say? She was already saw you when picked third on bad prot to disarm a lot of aggressive control strategies. Top 10 players like AB, Paradise are basically 80+% win rate already with her. Look them up. Looking at stats as a whole, in Emperor, her win rate is on par with top model Luluka, Briar, Cesarian, and Hersetti, which are three of the most complained about draft archetypes in the community at the moment. Okay,
and she's getting better. This is pre-buff.
If you're actually out on stone for actual useful information to learn from, don't. Most people here just yap and don't actually play the game. Look elsewhere. Buffing her as is now will probably not make her broken, but shoot her way up in usage and priority. This was the one skippable ML unit the community has been begging for. We've gotten 3 to 4 giga broken ones in a row now, and now she is no longer skippable. Pick a lane. Well said. Well said, Uncle.
Well said. Well said. Yeah, this moved her from like low A tier to S tier.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah, the character is very, very good now. Like
she is solidly.
I'm annoyed about it because I have no way to get this character. I have to get lucky. I have no way to get this character before she goes away. And they literally were like, "Hey, you remember that character you were thinking about skipping?" Nah, fam. Especially because she's actually one of the better fast characters that you can play if you're slow. Like if you have high, like the difference, like this character is like actually pretty good at like mid top speed, like the 280 speed bracket, which is where like Naqual hangs out, right? You can play her in like the 270, like 260 to 280 bracket and be very, very good with her. Like have a lot of success with her.
I was a little less kind in my assessment.
But Nat, see, that's like you're saying your fastest speed says like 260. Yeah, but that's still good for this character. This character operates very well at high speeds and mid speeds. Right? Unlike there are certain characters that do not operate well at low speeds. Like Rand does not operate well at low speeds.
So I really, really like how this is being handled, right? Last time, the silent majority made the mistake of being a silent majority. And Stove listened to the vocal minority who complained about the buffs. And then they rolled them back. Now, this one was too soon to roll back, right? This is rolling out tomorrow. This was already going to happen. There's no chance of getting it rolled back. But it's important that when you see somebody post something that you disagree with, that you specifically speak up and say why you think that person's wrong. And it's nice how Valky did this, right? He specifically called out why he thought he was better. After I trolled him a little bit, I posted exactly why I thought he was better. It's kind of all the things we went over here. And it's important to get that information out there because Smilegate clearly listens to the comments, predominantly on Stove and evidently a little bit on Reddit too. And if you see somebody saying some dumb shit and you keep your mouth shut, they're just going to assume the dumb shit is the community sentiment because those are the only people who are squawking. You need to actually speak things into existence because look at what they said about this.
Yeah.
Where was it here? Following her release, many heirs voiced their concerns about her usability.
Yeah, so if people say she's like bad, then they're gonna be like, "Oh, heirs are saying it's bad. We gotta fix it."
And
Meanwhile,
they are
like,
sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, like, I feel like a little bit responsible for this because, like, I was pretty down on her at first in my first impressions of her. Like, I thought she was just, an average, perfectly fine character.
Yeah.
But maybe people got the takeaway that, like, maybe I just thought she was dog shit.
Pardon
my language.
I was always pretty up on her. I thought any unit with an AoE, uncounterable, non-attack skill, non-resistible provoke couldn't be bad. But I played her. I won most of my fights with her. I've got like a 70% win rate using her in RTA, given I'm pretty low on the ladder because I haven't played a lot of RTA, so I was mostly beating the crap out of noobs, but it was still pretty oppressive what I was doing with her, especially on third pick where the opponent couldn't do anything about it. But the bottom line is they listened. Many heirs voiced their concerns about her usability from feedback, from posts on Reddit, from comments given to CMs and set up, from posts on Stove. But they didn't just take that information and blindly run with it. Data analysis confirmed her performance fell short. This means that they looked at the data and said, yeah, and also you can't tell me that this data analysis isn't also her pull rates on her banner.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's a lot of the data analysis, right? She ain't selling. We got to do something to sell more of her. And believe you me, people are going to start pulling on her banners that weren't pulling before. But
it's so annoying to have. I get it. Like the MLs are the money makers for them for this game, but it's just like I just wish every character wasn't like pull it. Like spend money on it now. Like it's broken. You have to have it.
Yeah.
Like I felt so good knowing that there was finally an ML character for the first time since January, where I was like, yes, finally, one that is perfectly balanced, and I can decide to get it or not based on my playstyle.
Since January. It goes further back than that, man. Wouldn't it?
Dragon King Sharoon was the last time. But before that was the one character in an ocean. That was the one character in an ocean for 6 months.
Yeah, before that, it was Twisted Idol on Charon in what, July? Like he was before Landy, right?
Like May. It's like he was like
he was before Landy
was in July. Yeah, he was like June. That's what I'm saying. So like in the last 18 months of Epic 7, there has been 2 skippable ML5s, and then the one of the 2 that were like, it's not good enough. No, it's now unskippable. So literally one character in 18 months has not been skippable.
There was Architect Leica. There was Architect Leica who was skippable, but they emergency buffed her too.
Yeah, to make her not skippable. She remember when they emergency buffed her, and then she just was like, oh yeah, this is like the best thing you can play. Like you remember that when they emergency buffed her? If you were like me and you play slow, if your first 3 picks did not have a fast character in it in that meta, but boom, Strauss Leica, you lose. Game over. All right, I'm just like, I get it. This is where they make their money, but I really, really would just like it if they just don't make every damn character must pull.
So yeah, and it's the same people complaining here about this buff doesn't go far enough. Next week he'll be posting about, damn, I just saw ML Hua Young's kit, and why is every unit the new must-pull unit? I don't have the mystics. I can't keep up.
Oh, yeah, that's me right now. But no, what you were saying, just to put the capstone on this, what Tristen, what he was saying is absolutely right. The dev team pays a lot of attention to the top stove comment, it seems, in every single thread about characters and things like that. They also pay attention to what the most popular things are on sites like Reddit. So I'm just saying, like, if you see somebody spouting some nonsense, like, please speak up, say something, because a lot of the bad changes, like, you know, people will complain about the dev team, right, in E7. A lot of really bad decisions in this game that are irreversible have come from players asking for the wrong thing or not speaking up for the correct thing.
Yep.
I'm looking at you, no nerf policy. Oh man. Little did we know back then that July 2019 would be the turning point where we got into some pretty bad stuff that we can't correct.
People are asking how long the game's going to be down. I haven't looked at the message, but typically it's a 6-hour maintenance. But usually they end a little early. Not always. Sometimes they end late. I kind of like it when they end late because I'm asleep anyway, and then I get to wake up to compensation. But usually they're about 5 to 6 hours. 4 more hours, by the way. I ain't staying up. I think we're wrapping it up here, Sue. Let's just breeze through everything that we might have missed. So, we're getting 6 full-ass episodes of Season 1, right?
Yeah, I haven't actually done Nadalon Academy because I was sick. I'm still waiting to get 100%. I'm going to do... I might do a stream, or I might just do a standalone video with Red, if you guys remember Red, who used to play E7. He's like an aspiring voice actor. He wants to do like a read through how we did with Schneal, how we did with episode 5. So
He needs to be Tayu's voice. He needs it.
Yeah,
you gotta do it.
Yeah, he's gonna be Tayu's voice. I'm probably gonna end up being Lua. So it's just like, if you want to come through, you know, on my Twitch streams, that'll probably be sometime next week. We'll run through Nadalon Academy with voice acting for the memes.
God, I'm so conditioned. I immediately went over and tried to click on the red dot button.
Oh, bro, do you have any idea how much willpower I've had right now? I haven't watched any of Nadalon Academy because I want to do it all fresh on stream while reading it.
Okay, guys. I'm going to give the same spiel I gave this morning. Ancient Inheritance is starting this Monday. You have until this Monday to get into a guild that gives a shit. And
oh no,
the strategies that I'm going to lay down for you guys on this will let pretty much any guild be able to complete this and get maximum rewards. The only thing that's stopping it is if your guild doesn't give a crap. Okay? So get into a good guild. A lot of you guys, and I know I'm speaking from experience, I was one of them. A lot of you guys are like, but I don't want to let my current guild down. I feel like I'm kicking them when they're down. I've been with them forever and they're struggling. And if I leave, it's going to be worse for them. Tough. When you downloaded this game, you didn't see the little icon and read the description and went, dude, I can totally join this game and make my life less pleasant and not have fun so that I can make sure other people are able to rest on my laurels and I can do the work for them and not have a rewarding experience so that they can be in the guild with me. Nobody said that. You downloaded this game because you thought it looked like fun. Do what's fun for you. Take care of number one. If your guild is not living up to your standards, ditch those zeros and get with some heroes, right? I'm not even kidding. It's not like you're going to not hang out with those guys in Discord anymore. It's not like you're going to ignore their existence, but you've got to get into a guild that matches your level of play. If you're Giga Casual and you just log in to pull for your waifus and to chill in Discord and chat, that's fine. But if you want to excel in the game, you want to be able to compete at a higher level, you want to grow and be a part of an active guild that has an active Discord and that's aggressive, leave your guild and get into a good guild. And this is the time to do it. everybody recruits during Ancient Inheritance. Everybody is hungry. Everybody is kicking their crappy members out to make room for new hungry members.
Take care of number one.
I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that like I am in like some amazing guild on my new player account, but if you are desperate, if you need a guild, my new player account has a guild set up for newer players, Ryo-Oki. You can literally join that guild. We will make room for you. We will help you try to get all of the Ancient Inheritance gear.
Let me take it one step further. I might mess up your camera doing this, Sue, so sorry if I skew you out here. Oops, damn it. Exclamation point Discord. This is a link to my Discord. For those of you in YouTube, it's in the description of the current stream, but here is a link too. Join this Discord, even if you're not sure if you want to leave yet or not. Join this Discord, and what you're going to do once you get here, sorry, Sue, sliding you off to the side here for a second. Okay.
Don't worry about it, bro. I can't see what you're doing to me. Should I just disappear?
I can. No. You're fine. You're fine.
What if I want to change my background?
There you go. What you do when you get here, after you join the Discord, you're going to jump into the guild recruitment hall. Okay. Scroll to the very very top and read the first message, and it will explain to you. Look through all these guilds, find one that meets your needs, and DM one of the recruiters. Most of the guilds will tell you how much space they have. Baka 69's got 3 spots, Baka 13's got 30, but with Ancient Inheritance, or got no spots available, and these got 3 spots available. But during Ancient Inheritance, people are always culling the herd. They're kicking the losers out to make room for good fighters. So even if it says they don't have room, still DM them and see if they have room. And we got everything, like rank 2000 Guild Wars. Just don't be a hump. Early game, brand new players, welcome to join, all the way down to really high-end competitive guilds. You want a really competitive guild? Like look at Ninev. This is a friend of mine's guild. Lopter put this together. They are very late game. They're always top 100. They're pushing for top 30, and they are super aggressive, lots of strategy, lots of talk about how to make your stuff better, lots of analysis on people's builds, lots of discussion. If you want like a high-end guild that is pushing really, really like competitively in the game, great one to join. And they've got a ton of room. They recently had to kick several members because they were humps. You got Talentless. You've heard of Talent. If you want a Guild War guild, all ranges of Talentless. If you are on the Europe server, we have tons of Europe guilds. We have tons of Asia guilds. We can meet your needs from late game to brand new player. There's going to be a guild. And if you jump in here and you aren't able to find a guild that meets your needs, or the recruiters aren't responding to you and you need a little bit of help, you can shoot me a DM and I will help try to get you into a guild. But you want to do this before Monday. In a perfect world, you move on Saturday. You make your arrangements, then you pack up shop Saturday. That way you don't miss out on any guild wars, because remember, when you leave a guild, there's a 24-hour cooldown where you're guildless before you can join a new guild. So you'll be without a guild for 24 hours. So that way you can do your Friday guild war, collect your rewards on Monday, say your goodbyes, go offline Monday, and then join your new guild on Sunday and be ready for them to place you in Monday's guild war, and you don't miss any rewards. But even if you can't leave on a Saturday, it's still worth missing a guild war to get into a guild that completes their daily or weekly missions, that will make sure you get all of the rewards from Ancient Inheritance. So I don't know. I hope I drove this point home well enough, guys. Join the Discord, start DMing these people, and find. And if you're in a guild that's like, man, my guild will fall apart. There's only like 10 of us left, and they'll fall apart if I leave. Talk to these guys and say, hey, can you talk to the rest of the recruiter council? Hey, I think some of you guys might be joining the guild, joining the Discord right now.
Yeah.
If you
happens to be every 6 or Friday, by the way.
This happens every Ancient Inheritance. if you're like, yeah, my guild will fall apart if I do this, well, great. When you DM them, say, hey, could you talk to the other recruiters? I've got 10 people who are going to need a new home. We would like to try to stay together. Is there any guild that could take us all? Or maybe a family of guilds where like 5 of us go into Talentless 2 and 6 of us go into Talentless 3 and 4, and then we all get to hang out together in the Talentless Discord and still talk to each other, but we've got guilds based on our own ranks. There's lots of guilds with families. Prominent, pertinent, these are all part of the same family of guilds. All of the Baka guilds, we all hang out in Car's server. We've got chat rooms where we all chill out and chat together. So there's probably a way for you to take your existing, struggling, not having fun guild, keep the band together, and still have fun. So
yeah, most of I used to be in a guild with a lot of my IRL friends, and I could not carry Ancient Inheritance by myself anymore. It was just too difficult. Like the situation that Tristan's describing, I literally lived through that where it got to the point where I was playing 4 accounts to try to get everything, working, right? To get all the rewards for everyone in my guild. And I just could not do it anymore. And then, Tristan approached me and was like, okay, you come to this, like our guild, and we will take all of your other friends and we will move them to, it was like Baka 8, right? And even now, like my IRL friends are in Vic's guild, right? So it's just like, okay, I'm, everyone that I cared about, they're either in Car's guild and I still talk to them on the regular, or they're in Vic's guild.
Yeah, and this is
You like that I changed the background?
I do. It kind of threw everything off, but that's okay because that background's pretty good.
Yeah, your Forge is pretty good, I hear.
And this is my story, right? I came here from Final Fantasy Brave Exvius. I was one of the last ones. Yeah, rest in peace. I was one of the last ones to leave that game and jump into this game. And all of the guys that we hung out together, probably a solid 25 of us, hung out together in Brave Exvius, and we formed a guild in Epic 7. And even though I was like Johnny come lately, over the years of playing, I kind of rose up to the point where I was the leader of the guild. I was me, Solidus, different Solidus, and Cyanot were like, the 3 heads of the guild. And they had all started to pull out, and the burden kept falling to me to try to drag people along. And I found out that I was the guy that was like, it became a job. It was
that's
work.
exactly what it was for me.
And it stopped being fun. And when I started pressing, people would press back. Hey, we just want to chill. We just want to relax. We just want to have fun and be super casual. I was like, well, that's great, but I don't. I want to be in a guild that's more aggressive, and I don't want to be the one that's always having to crack the whip to make things go faster. And I knew it was going to be rough walking away, and I lamented and struggled for it, and eventually I pulled the trigger. Most of the guys were pretty understanding, patted me on the back. 1 or 2 got all like, pissy and how dare you leave us in a lurch like this. But you know what? They found places in other guilds and they're happier now too. And never once have I looked back and regretted the decision. Because I'll tell you what, if you do something in game or in real life that is specifically going to better your situation, you're not going to regret doing it. You can't take care of number 2 if you don't take care of number 1. It's one of my favorite Shakespeare quotes. Self-love is not so great a sin as self-neglect. Right?
Yeah.
Henry V for the win. So
it's not. It always feels hard to do it, but
yes.
Trust me, many times have I jumped ship for something that I thought would better my circumstance, and I have never regretted it.
Well,
it's exactly what you said. Like, take care of yourself first.
It's hard also because generally people that are ready to jump guilds, they're ready to move on to another guild, are being pushed to that point because they've been put in a situation where they are the ones that are shouldering the burden. And it forces you into a codependent situation where you are used to doing things for the people, and now you feel like you're walking out on your family to go experience your bachelor life and leaving them behind in a lurch. And you got to get over that shit. You got to understand that if they are your friends, they will support you on doing things you enjoy. And even if they don't, they'll get over it. And if they don't get over it, tough. Take care of yourself. And this is not just about Ancient Inheritance, guys. Being in a good guild will enhance all aspects of the game. You need help knowing if a unit's good. You need help comparing builds. You need to discuss how to beat difficult content. You want help being coached in RTA. You want help developing RTA teams. Guilds with voice chats. You want just some community to hang out with. Half of the time I'm just sitting here, bullshitting every night. I'm in a chat room just chewing the fat with all these people from all these different guilds and hanging out with my homies. There are so many reasons to be in a good active guild with a good community. And if you join one of these new guilds and you find out it wasn't for you, there are dozens more in that list. Hop around till you find a good home. If you shot too high and this guild's too competitive, you say, hey, peace out. After AI, I'm sliding down to a less competitive guild, and vice versa. They're all pretty understanding about it. But get into a good guild. Other than that, AI looks exactly the same as it's been in the past. I haven't seen anything that really seemed to change. Oh, the sets are amazing, Sue.
Really? They're so amazing that they haven't showed us what they are yet? Is that what you're going to tell me?
It's injury and defense.
You know what? I'm here for it. As long as it rolls well, dude.
AI gear is always really, really, really high statted. It's always max statted, and it always rolls really, really well. I mean, unless you're unlucky, but it rolls as good as any piece of gear can ever roll in the game. Some of my best gear is AI gear, and you know what? Injury Harsetti is a thing. Good. Yeah. Injury Alencia. Everybody's like, builder speed. Builder speed is like, you know what? Injury's been doing real damn good.
Yeah, those are the two characters I play. Alencia. Yeah. I play three characters on injury set. I play Alencia on injury set, I play Edward Elric on injury set, and I play Harsetti on injury set.
Injury Mort's a little more niche, but can still be done. But yeah, there's places for injury. And defense set, while not the most pog thing in the world, still does have some niche uses here and there. Just kind of got to see what the substats are. But even beyond the gear, I mean, there's like, 10 of these mod boxes in the shop, plus more, or 5 of these mod boxes, plus several drop from the bosses. There's mana stones. There's lots of stuff. It is one of the best rewards for the least amount of work. Doesn't take stamina. It doesn't take grinding. It doesn't take more than about maybe 10 or 15 minutes of your day every day to just nudge your guild on the right direction. Usually there are 5 or 10 people who do 80% of the work in Ancient Inheritance, but you know what? That other 20% gets it done. And as long as you're in there, logging in every day, using your stamina, hitting the bosses. Yeah, there's always like those first few guys that do like 1,000,000 damage to the boss, and then there's like a dozen guys that do 100k each. But you know what? That's 1.2 million from those guys. They still did their part and helped out a little bit. You don't have to worry about re-gearing to be super, super optimal. You just have to follow the strategies and do what you can and be a supporting member of the guild, and they will love you for it. And the rewards are so worth it. And we will be doing streams every single day, except for maybe Thanksgiving. We'll just have to see, because Epic 7 dropped this right over top of freaking Thanksgiving week, which is amazing.
That's gonna feel really bad.
It is. It's gonna feel really bad. But you know what?
I'm very, very active for Thanksgiving week. Like I usually am, making a ton of different stuff, running a bunch of different errands.
Yep. And I've already talked to the bread team. We're gonna do it again, guys. We'll be developing Ancient Inheritance maps for public dissemination, just like last year, so you guys will be able to, God, he's already got the board set up and ready for it. So you'll be able to see, man, Brett is like on the ball. He's already season 11, guides and tips, and sorry for the weird negative look. It's because I've got dark mode on. But we'll have maps for you, so you guys will be able to see where things are, make plans, all in advance of you actually getting to the floors.
I'm probably gonna have to sticky that website in a dedicated channel in my own Discord. Because like I said, if anybody joins, newer players joins my guild, I would want to have there be a channel for people to ask questions.
Anybody wants to pin that page, that's where all the maps will be posted. It's where you can find all of the strategy guides, my video guides, Derp's written guide, all that stuff will be there. Database. AI database. But we'll have all the maps, so you guys will be able to see what to go and where to go. You will not be able to edit the maps. Please don't ping and ask for requests to the maps. It's invite only, and if you really think you would be able to help and contribute, one, you probably need to be on the Asia or Korean server, because the reason we value those guys so much is they get advanced notice because they get into Ancient Heretics about 12 hours ahead of all the other servers, and that's why we're able
Soft
to.
works on it too, dude. Soft is the homie. I love Soft.
Yeah, that's why we're able to get some of this info.
All right. So I think the only thing left to talk about is the 2 exclusive equipments.
Yeah, yes. Don't get baited by Janua, guys. I know he's on like just about every single tier list as being an S tier character. There's too much. There's too much with Senya. Don't pull this unit unless you don't mind swiping or you're swimming in bookmarks. And even then, just be careful with your resources. So this is Fairy Tale Tenebria's exclusive equipment. A lot of people are down on the fact that it's effectiveness and not speed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of the opinion that if it was speed, it would make her like too good. It would make her ML Lua good, and I think they didn't want to overshadow ML Lua right after her buffs by making her ML Lua.
Oh yeah, they can't give this character BDE. That would be so broken.
Yeah, 16 effective is nothing to sneeze at on a debuff heavy character who doesn't have ignore ER.
Yeah.
So there's 3 different ones, right? There's EE number 1, increases one pair's chance for redirect poke by 25%. I can only assume that takes her up to 100 from 75.
I think so. Yeah, that is the one you play if you play the counter set version of the character. Mm-hmm. Which I know what people are saying. Wait, you could play this character on counter set? Yeah, they changed the character about a year ago to make that a thing, and so far I haven't seen anybody try it until this past week. Actually, somebody for last week's Fix It Friday submitted one, and it looks really sick.
Grants a barrier to the ally with the highest health for 2 turns. Barrier strength increases proportional to the target's max health. You run Alencia's artifact with Alencia on the team, and you got that 50k Senya, and then you get a barrier proportional to that 50k health on Senya.
Nah, bro, I'm gonna play the most MLM thing possible, bro. I'm gonna play Damage Yulha on Sphere of Sadism, which gives her a huge damage boost as long as she has a barrier, and then I'm just gonna do that. It's never gonna happen.
For real, guys, these first 2 EEs are very, very niche usage, and unless you are just completely out of Wisdom Gazes and can't pull anymore, you probably are going to want to go for this one. It's the Dispel 1 additional buff when using Tea Party. And that may not seem like much, but Fairy Tale Tenebria has 2 things that keep her from being peak meta right now. One is she's outsped by a lot of units. It's hard to get the speed on her, but you can overcome that with gear. The second thing is almost everybody has units on hand with protection set that they can ping into the draft when Fairy Tale Tenebria is a thing. And when you have a barrier and immunity, the barrier gets stripped first and immunity is left behind. So when she uses her skill to use redirect provoke on you, it sticks on nobody because the immunity is preserved, the barrier is stripped, and then the redirect provoke can't stick. So immunity plus barrier, hard counter Fairy Tale Tenebria, and this solves that problem. Now she stripped the immunity and the barrier, so the redirect provoke will stick as long as you don't get 15%ed. And I think this one is what makes her a very, very effective opener if you've got the speed.
Yeah, I think the third EA is probably the safest general use one. I think it makes her a pretty viable 4th or 5th pick in the meta. I don't think it makes her much better than that, but still pretty good.
Yeah, I think
certainly usable.
I think 90 to 95% of the users are going to go for this one, and then these are just going to be niche use, like you said, the counter set build, or for people that are wanting to try some shenanigans with the barrier.
All right, bring on the interesting EE. Let's go.
Immortal Wukong, but he's not good anywhere but Rift.
Dude, this Regal Crown EE is so sick.
Hey, DTX, thank you for the sub, buddy. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Okay, so one of Wukong's biggest issues is, I would say, 75 to 80% of players that are trying to use him outside of Rift are building him on a lifesteal set. And lifesteal set doesn't come with stats, right? There's no stats built into lifesteal, just what's on the subs. So you're a little stat hungry on a unit that wants damage and a little bit of bulk and some speed. He's kind of stat hungry for a unit that doesn't get stats from his set. But we're giving him about 19 to 20 gear score worth of stats right here. 12% crit chance is huge amount of stats, and this is just going to make him substantially easier to build. I mean, it's effectively giving him a crit hit set without having to use a crit set, right? So that alone is a massive boon to make Wukong easier to build and make him more dangerous and hopefully help bring him into PvP. But what does skills do? So we got Swing, attacks all enemies, even when counterattacking.
That's pretty amazing for the character we just talked about way earlier in the stream, Young Senya.
Yep.
Yeah, if you have this character on that EE in the front line, man, like, you might be off to the races, man.
Yeah,
and it's get rid of that character. Free counters seems nice.
Yeah, and it's not when counterattacking; it's even when counterattacking. That means he's going to AOE with dual attacks as well.
Yeah,
they're just making his S1 be unconditionally AoE. No matter what happens, he's going to AoE with a counterattack. It can't even be sealed by Luna because it's an EE, not a passive. So I don't know how many people are going to try him on a counter set.
I want to do it, dude. I want to be the guy that takes Senya and then Wukong in the front versus Cleave, and then the Ran or whatever presses the S3, and I'm like, surprise, bro! Here's the Alencia roar and the Wukong counter. Their whole team just goes pop. That sounds so cool.
Yeah, I think some people might be a little confused where they're saying, but his base form is always AoE. Yeah, his base S1 on his turn is AoE, not on his turn is single target. You see that happen with a lot of units, like Fire Kayron would AoE, but when he would dual attack or counter attack, it was just a single target attack. This is allowing that everything is AoE, dual attacks, counter attacks. You know, and I do kind of agree with you, Tsu. I think that this was born of Child Senya's kit. Tenya's kit.
It's Tenya. It sounds like a good kit, good change. Yeah,
so
Random was saying in chat that they think it's either the first or the third EE. This is a good segue to go into the second EE.
Yep. Amplifies critical hit resistance and penetration resistance by 10%.
Okay, so I think that if you don't know what you want to do, like the first one is very potentially memey, gimmicky, might not be super good except for certain builds. This one is very good. So passively, he already has 50% crit resist and pen resist. This turns that to 60% each, and then his artifact is another 20%. So you have 80%, which is insane. Insane. It is so difficult to kill this character if he's on lifesteal with that second EE plus his own artifact.
So let's spell this out for people, Tsu, because I think a lot of people don't quite understand how this works. Okay, so 80% critical hit resistance. That means when he's hit, 20% of the time he'll be crit, 80% of the time he won't be crit, correct?
Yeah.
Penetration resistance, 80%. Now, does that mean 80% of the time he will take no penetration and 20% of the time he will take full penetration? Or does that mean 100% of the time he will take 80% less pen? Or 60% less pen?
It's the last one.
It's the latter, right? This is a chance for this to happen, and this is a reduction on penetration.
Yeah, this character, like if you have this character on the same team as Imperial Elanav, this character is taking no damage from
no damage at all. Yeah. That means even if you get the crit, if it's a penetrating unit, it's not scratching Janua. It looks like it's only 10%, but this 10% is the difference between, or Janua, sorry. This I said that because he's who I was thinking of. This 10% is the difference between Janua not killing and killing. This is a huge difference, and I kind of completely disagree with Chad on this one. In my opinion, I think this is the best of the three because it's the one that gives Wukong the thing he didn't have, and that's the ability to not just die. It gives him the stability to stick around in a long fight.
Yeah, it's the most consistent option for sure. Like, if you're not sure, that's the safest option.
And then we got the third one, which increases Heavenly Fighter's strike by 20%. So this is his S3 skill, which it hits harder the more debuffs are on the enemy. And it's just going to make that hit even harder. This is a giga nuking one. I think this is I don't know. That S3 hits insanely hard. I guess it potentially makes him a nuke unit.
Yeah, dude, funny story time. So you guys may know Sputnik. He's a regular in both me and Tristen's channels. So last night before we went to bed, he was like, I'm going to play one more RTA game. And he was like, I'm going to bring out my secret weapon. He was fighting in Janua. And he actually had a Wukong that was specifically built to just absolutely dunk the Janua from orbit. Like, he had like basically a Wukong that was specifically meant to use just the S3. And then he woke up this morning, he saw this exclusive equipment. Like, literally, that was the last game, went to bed, woke up, saw this, and it was like, dude, are you serious? Like, what are the odds? Like, we straight up just made an EE to further enhance my secret weapon against Janua. Yeah, because, like, he's got the bonus accuracy, right? So, yeah, unaffected by elemental disadvantage.
Yeah. Sorry, the increased damage per debuffs was a function of Rift, not a function of a skill. Sorry for my confusion, but he'll do 90% of the difference as damage.
Yeah, so you just S3, stun the Janua, leave him at 1 HP, doesn't proc his passive, GG. This is kind of crazy damage. This lets you build him as a nuker. So we've got one that lets you run him as a counter bruiser that's going to have some interesting interaction. We got one that lets you just run a basic unkillable bruiser Wukong who can stick around if you play turn 2, if you play slower. And we got one that lets him be a nuker. And we were talking about how single target cleave might be coming back, how you're going to want units that can execute really fast on turn 1, strategically take out the problem units. You know, maybe you drop that S3 into Senya and kill her and get rid of that passive, and then you can just start AoEing all you want and ruining the team. There's some options here, and I think unlike Fairy Tale Tenebria, where there's kind of only one option, Wukong's got 3 very viable options based on how you want to play the unit. There's a lot of ingredients for the chefs to take to the kitchen here. Yeah, this is the stronger of the 2 EEs for sure. I think that this one is like, I hopefully this makes Wukong meta, because I always felt the character has been pretty good. Like, this EE might actually make him pretty usable, like in a lot of different scenarios.
You know who's on the balance patch tomorrow, Sue?
Who?
Not on the screen, but the guy that was in the middle of a meta sandwich right there in between Janua and Arya.
Oh, Kane?
Yeah, Kane? I bet you Kane gets some justice tomorrow. Let's keep our fingers crossed for it, right?
Dude, what if Kane just S3 does fear now?
Oh my god! Another fear unit.
Yeah, just Kane S3 is just unavoidable fear. Just ignores ER fear. Like, get out of here, bro.
Freaking brilliant. We're coming down to the end. Be aware that they are ending Rift a month early. So instead of ending on the 29th of January, it's going to end New Year's Day. Nobody really knows why they're ending Rift early. The most common assumptions are that, one, they got Ice Rift done faster, so they're going to release it faster so that we have more content rolling out quicker. The other is that they accidentally said, oh, this is when Ice Rift comes out and we want to have 4 weeks of downtime between Rift seasons like we did last time, and this means that Rift goes away here and it comes back here with the new Rift. We don't know. It could also be adjusted to, you know what? I'm just gonna call you Phoenix. Phoenix said it the best. This could be an adjustment to slot in a collaboration. Sometimes they need to move schedules around. If the collaboration that maybe was planned for November, December, maybe my tinfoil hat was right all along, and delays happened, things happened, and it got pushed back a month, so they had to shift things around to slot it into the schedule. That's possible too. Hard to say. But whatever the reason, the reality is your Rift is going away on the 1st. So if you are burning through lease to get that battle pass done, kick into overdrive, make sure you get your Rift done before New Year's, because once that happens, the battle pass goes away and you can't complete it. So should we skip Senya for... No. Bird in the hand. And the last thing is the Powder of Knowledge shop rotation. Knowledge Seed, garbage artifact. Don't spend powder on this. Bloodstone is a very important PvE artifact. Most guys you're going to see, you're probably going to lean heavily on it. Everybody should have at least one Bloodstone on their account, but make sure you hold back enough powder to buy Senya's artifact. There's nothing in this shop that is worth missing Senya's artifact. You could get away with just having one Senya's artifact. You can always bottle it later, but I would try to get a Bloodstone on your account. Every account should have one. It will help you out in a lot of content moving forward. You'll be glad you have it. But maybe wait until you're done pulling on Senya's banner. Who knows? Maybe you get lucky. Maybe you do that first 10 pull and you get 4 of her artifact in your first 10 pull and everybody in your guild hates you. Maybe that happens. But if you've got the leftover powder, pick it up. And Sigurd's Scythe is, in general, a very strong artifact. You probably want a couple of these on your account. It's a very good warrior artifact. It is nowhere near as important, I think, as getting Senya's artifact. So again, don't spend powder on it if you don't have the powder to spend. If you're swimming in powder, buy whatever the hell you want. But most of the time, people only have enough powder left over to maybe get the bottle and one other thing. Maybe wait for Senya's artifact and see. And although you've probably seen Rise of the Monarch on just about every Empyrean Ilonov you've ever fought, there are plenty of alternate artifacts for Empyrean other than this that work just fine.
I mean, I play Elbrus Ritual Sword.
Yeah, I play Adamant. I play Elbrus on one, Adamant on the other, but yeah. But Rise is good. It has its uses, but yeah. Get the bottle. Damn, bro, make sure you reserve enough that in this is here until January 9th. It's not like you gotta worry about getting this shit immediately. Okay? Make sure you get Senya's artifact. Whatever you have left over, pick up the bottle. Whatever you have left over, if you can afford it, get Bloodstone. If you can afford beyond that, maybe grab some Sigurds, but that's kind of the order of importance. Lethe buff when? Justice for Lethe? Lethe's only real issue right now is the whole pen resistance nightmare of Ilonov, right?
And in the fact the injury is just so damn strong.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see it. But you know, they probably aren't going to buff a unit that they really can't logistically rerun until the summer, because man, a Lethe banner in January would feel so bad, shoveling the snow and coming in and seeing the...
Bro, what do you mean? She has frostbite. It's on brand.
Oh, it could be an Australian banner. Australian summer banner. Hey, it's like midsummer in Brazil. We got a lot of Brazilian players, right?
Oh God, dude, I'm just imagining them introducing a puzzle side story with Lethe with not a cowboy hat, but you know,
yeah,
it's just like.
Oh, and never. The only 4-star you ever buy from the shop is Tagahel's Ancient Book. Don't ever buy another 4-star from the shop. There's never one that's worth.
But Elia's knife though, and it's terrible artwork.
Bruh.
I'm obviously kidding.
Other adjustments. There's really nothing crazy in here. The only thing that kind of cracked me up was where was it? The portrait positioning of the UI for 5-star Schneel has been adjusted. Does anybody have a screenshot of this being off?
I can't say I do.
Hang on. I think I've got it here.
Oh, no.
So
what do you have now?
I'm gonna displace you for a second again.
Oh no, I've been displaced.
When I pulled Urban Shadow Shu, she had an issue where her portrait alignment on someone was off, and it looked like this. You like that, Sue? This was my...
Here, we changed our backgrounds while you're gone. Oh, I remember this, the shoe.
I pulled 2 shoes. So I suspect, probably not this drastic, but I suspect Schneel's artwork was off. So that's what that's all about. But none of these other things were really a big deal at all. Most of them were no functional changes or graphical UI stuff. So nothing super excited. No penguin slider for hidden in here or anything exciting like that. This is where they hid the whole simple selection thing, isn't it?
Probably.
It was crazy how they didn't like lead with that. Dude, your background is freaking slapping.
Yeah, dude. It's Mori. It's Calliope Mori. That is correct. It is Mori.
Arius is really good. You might have me there, Draft Sky. It might be worth buying a couple of Ariuses. Aria. What's the plural of Arius, Sue?
Arius. REI. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I'll have to think about that one. I can tell you that the plural of Lilius is Lilii.
Yeah, I've got 9 Arius. 8 Arius, and I use them all. I'm actually working on a 9th because Knights keep rolling out. But that's nothing compared to Tagahel's book, where especially if you play fast, especially if you're a cleaver,
the Library of Alexander.
You never have enough freaking books.
The Library of Alexander, bro. Yeah, there are 2 4-stars you never sell. It's Arias and book.
Yeah,
you just keep making them. You never truly stop collecting them.
I think less well known as sachets. I think you want more than just one sachet. I think 3 of them is really, really good. And of course, there's 52 rangers in this game, so you will never have enough guiding lights.
Oh yeah.
What's up, Dark Riven? Did I miss a post? Oh, what's this?
Oh no, that's the thumbnail.
Yeah. Yep.
It's too good. That was your thumbnail, was it not?
Look familiar? I altered it a little bit. We gave him fangs and we have him looking Senya in the face now.
Yeah. Oh man, that's ridiculous. It's just ridiculous.
It is. It's crazy. I love it.
Oh.
I love it almost as much as this. It's so good. It's so good. Oh my god.
I can't, dude. I literally can't. Oh. Anything else, Tristen, that you wanted to...
I think we... God damn!
That you ask, one would say.
Yeah. That's about it, guys.
One last thing I will say this, because she's up on screen now. So the Luna, right? Guys, if you have never bought a figure before, I want to let you guys know. 1, it's probably going to be pretty pricey. I would guesstimate like 200 USD or more for the Luna.
I was thinking 3, but yeah.
But also, again, really important. If you want it, pre-order it. Like, I'm dead serious. Pre-orders for this go up on December 5th. If you do not pre-order it, you either 1, are not getting it, or 2, you're going to pay out the ass for it. Like, if it's like a $200 figure and you don't pre-order it, it's going to be $600 on the secondary market. Or $800.
Yeah, this is like concert tickets for the most popular concert out there, and you want to try to get in the first 10 rows, kind of get your pre-order in fast. People are going to go in and buy bulk of these just so they can resell them at much higher prices. You want to get in there soon, especially if Smilegate doesn't put a cap on how many per person that can order it. people are going to roll in and say, I'm going to get a free Luna because I'll buy 6 and sell the other 3 for profit. Or other 5 for profit.
Yeah, I would. My guess would be that based on Astrum Design's other stuff, it's probably $179.99.
Yeah.
That's my guess. I think ATK, who is a figure collector, like, I think he ballparked it at like maybe like $279. So he's got it higher than I do. But I would be astounded if this thing is not. I think it's 180 is the floor, and I think 300 is the ceiling. It'll fall somewhere in that range.
Yeah. Yeah, this ain't tiny. This is a substantial size figure.
Yeah, this being 12.5 inches, like, is pretty massive. Like, I only have like 2 figures that are larger than that.
Yeah.
Right. So that's pretty substantial. Usually these things are roughly about 7 to 10 inches. So 12.5 is pretty big.
Yeah. So anyway, sale starts on December 5th. December 6th, they're all gone. Probably late in the evening on December 5th. And watch this. Right? Because December 5th, Thursday, could very well be December 4th where you live. Right?
Yeah, it could.
Because this could be Korea time. We don't have a time zone, so we assume this is December 5th, Thursday. We don't know if this is at midnight, if it's midnight Korea time, if it's, whatever. So keep your eyes out. They will give us more details on this. Sales, channel, pre-ordering, pricing, all that stuff will be announced separately. So I expect probably within the week, there's going to be a separate post that will answer all of those questions. But don't sleep on this, right? You set an alarm for December 5th, you wake up and you find out it actually went on sale 7 hours ago and you get nothing.
Yeah, I remember there was a 2B figure that I wanted that was like 180 USD, and I didn't pre-order it, and I just had to hold that, it being 900 on the secondary market, for like a year until they decided to reissue a reprint, which I don't think Epic 7 is popular enough to get a reissue. So straight up, if you don't pre-order it now, like, you're just not getting it. Not unless you want to pay $1,000 or something later on.
If you're giga desperate for it, try to get some friends involved to get the orders in too, and pay them to have it ship it to you. But if you snooze on it, then you're either not going to get it, or you're going to be, like Tsu said, basically buying it from scalpers, and that's going to hurt the wallet hard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know, especially if you watch me, you're probably a Luna fan, so you want the character, buy the figure. Yeah, all right, I have some Funderinos set aside for her already. I plan to do an unboxing video for her.
Nice. I hope you get her, man.
Mm-hmm. I mean, figure pre-orders.
Good luck on your polls.
Yeah. Well, figures usually are print to demand, so it's like they usually will be like, let's say all the pre-orders come in and they get, 10,000 pre-orders, like, then they make like 10,500 of them. So it's like just enough to have a little bit of extra in reserve for a couple of stores. But other than that, nah, it's literally just gonna be whoever orders it.
Am I not going for? I'm not a figure collector. I can really appreciate the art, but man, I don't know if I could explain it to my wife.
It's an expensive hobby. Yeah,
it's a very expensive hobby.
Yeah, I only do it for series that I like. I have like the whole cast of Konosuba, for example.
Nice. Okay, guys, I think we're gonna wrap it up here. Tsu, I really appreciate you being here. If you want to shout out your channel, I will definitely.
Thank you for having me. I'll put it in the Discord chat, or not Discord, the Twitch chat. Yeah.
You can find me.
You actually did it already. You
can find me. You go ahead. Sorry.
No. So you can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/im_TSU or at youtube.com/@im_TSU. I make new player guides basically and have hot takes and like anime waifus. There you go. That's pretty much my sell.
Tsu's selling them short here, guys. Tsu's your technical guy. Sue's able to break down the stuff and let you know how a unit ticks behind the scenes, where it's going to shine, who its interactions is. Has forgotten more things about Epic 7 than I'll ever know. And he shares this knowledge at all levels of play. If you're struggling to build a unit, you definitely want to follow him and tune in on Fridays for his Fix It Friday events, where you can literally post one of your units, either to flex or for some legitimate help, and he will critique the unit, let you know how to improve it, let you know where it can be played with the way you had it built. The guy's got a keen eye, and you are hurting your progress by not following him, following his channel, and watching his videos.
Thank you. I appreciate the kind words. I have been sometimes described as your favorite content creator's favorite content creator. I disagree with that statement, though. I think that's Divine Shadow. Yeah.
Dude, you can also join his streams, join his chats, and you can ask him to do tier lists on things that make him incredibly uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And that's a good time too. Right, Sue? You love that.
Yeah. I've had I have the receipts, man. I've had some people like ask me to rate armpits. It's weird, man.
Why would somebody do that, man? That's almost as bad as somebody asking you to do a tier list on feet. Why would people do that?
Made me. Yeah, somebody did. Sputnik did a tier list tonight where it was like random adjectives and how much I like them if they as they correspond to anime characters. It's like, do you like sassy anime characters? Do you like pessimistic anime characters? It's like, what the hell is this tier list, bro? What the hell is this? Oh.
All right, guys. Again, I want to thank everybody for being here. I'm going to send you guys all over to Lunail, who is, basically he's playing other games while waiting for maintenance to go up, but he's still talking about Epic 7, going over the patch notes, things like that. Really solid RTA player. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see him perform in the World Cup last year. I hope he gets in this year because he is very, very good at the game. Hope you guys enjoy hanging out there. I will see you not in 4 hours because I need to drag my tired ass to bed, but I will see you in the morning.
I'm going to bed. I'll see you all tomorrow for impressions on Shuri.
Yes. All right, guys. Thanks, everybody, for being here. Thanks for the support, the donations, the subs. Thanks again, Sue, for helping out with the podcast. If you guys have any questions, join our Discords, DM me, DM Sue. We will definitely answer you after we wake up. I'll catch you guys soon.
Later, guys. Thanks for having me.